Torquay, just behind the Bunnings. We'll wait for the two captains to make their way to the middle for the toss of the coin, and we'll get this thing underway. Of course, well, we did get told we were starting at 2:15. It's now 2:16, so we won't be starting.
That's not happening.
2:15. I reckon the umpires probably... Here is the toss of the coin, Birchie, as we see Jack Blood and Al Hickey in the middle of the ground. Over to you, Birchie, just to get the winner of that toss of the coin.
Looks like Joey's have won the toss and they'll kick to the cemetery end.
Thank you for that,
A little bit of
Birchie.
a breeze across the ground, but
Yep.
Not favouring either end.
Yeah, it's a bit of an easterly, isn't it? Just looking at the flags above the AL Russell Pavilion that are fluttering at the moment, and it will be blowing into our box at some stage. So we get more rain. I suspect that the little bit that we've already had on the desk here is probably going to continue. We'll keep an eye on all those AFL scores. Melbourne and Fremantle, as we said, Fremantle by 50 points, Gold Coast versus Essendon. And winner and margin, please, Birchie.
I think St Mary's will win by 17 points.
Laurie Hill. A draw.
Oh,
somebody tipped a draw at the top of the slide. That might have been me.
Really?
Yeah. I wasn't saying who was winning it when there's a bunch of people down there I've got to get past.
Nice. Well
St Mary's for me by 22. Jace?
Was St Mary's by 9 points.
Kirsch, the pendulum, please.
The pendulum. Now, remember, folks out there, it's the pendulum. It's data-based.
Hang on a minute. How'd it go yesterday?
Well,
I reckon it went off its nut.
we threw it out, remember?
Yeah, you threw it out.
Well done. I like teams that can prove the pendulum wrong. And Bell Park did that.
Yeah, they did well and truly.
They bucked the trend. Anyway, St Mary's are plus 95 in the offensive column, Jace. They're also 89 in the positive in the defensive column. So that's a fair swing. That's a 194-point advantage to St Mary's over St Joseph's. You divide that by the games played, which is 6, and it gives St Mary's an advantage of 32 points today.
St Mary's by 32 for Matty Kershaw. The number of balls bowled by the number of balls faced minus the average age of the batting side.
100% it is.
Divided by the number of spanners in a stick chrome toolkit.
Stop it. Stop it. You know what we're going to do? One day we're just going to listen to that again. Like, just have a couple of black ones and just listen to that.
Couple of
From
black
the start,
ones.
from it's just not cricket.
Yeah,
all
from
the way
right through. Yeah,
until
that's
willy-nilly.
How many spanners in the Sid Chrome tool set? That is gold.
That's how you find out the net run rate. That means Sri Lanka was chasing at 35 or 36 runs and over. Not an impossible task, but pretty close to it. I'm paraphrasing there.
Stop it.
Players are moving into position.
Must be Sunday, Arvo.
They are. And just having a look at Liam Betson. I think this is the first time we've seen Liam Betson this year. He's a solid boy. He's going to Lockie Peck in a Wombat Gully Plant Farm matchup. Look at the midfield. Benson, James Hickey, Gow, Garner, McLaughlin.
Yep.
And just picking up, who's the other St Mary's player in there?
Maishman, is it?
It is Maishman.
You're not going to get much better than that kicking in country football, are you?
Well, when you've actually squeezed Jack Blood out of the three in the middle, along with the ruck, of course, and that ruck work will be carried by Sam Christensen this afternoon with no Nick Minchin. So Minchin missing.
How about the wings? Braden Ham and Damien McMahon.
Yeah. I'm obviously the president of the Damien McMahon fan club because I think he's one of the best players in the competition. But yeah, you got Ham on the other one.
I reckon Tanner Owen's in for an interesting afternoon.
Well, who's the other on the other one? Tanner Owen and is it Felix Henderson?
Over there next to Damien McMahon is Harry Smith.
Oh, Harry Smith on the outside wing. So yeah, some interesting moves early, and the wings will be really one to watch the contest today.
They're unbeaten, and this is to stay unbeaten. St Joseph's and St Mary's first quarter action thanks to Harvey Norman. Here's Jace.
Well, Northern went up way too early. McLaughlin from the middle for St Joseph's. Got it out wide. McMahon tracks back from centre wing. Chip Connors comes in, gets the first clearing kick back towards centre half forward for St Mary's. Bounces around a couple. Who's it going to sit for? Nobody really. Getting back there, Jack Leonard as well for St Joey's. Pack develops at centre half forward for St Mary's. And it's going to be a ball up about 60 out from their goal. A big pack around it already. Coming in, Northam gets it down. Garner, he left it behind. He's on hands and knees. He just left it in the end. As well as that, holding the ball. Dion Johnson was there for St Mary's. Comes back to the middle. And good diving mark, Ollie Hennessy at the back end of the centre square for St Joey's.
A handball off to the run provided there by Jack Leonard. Now he sends a ball inside 450 after a 1-2 and he hits a teammate on the chest, and it's Mullen who's marked. I won't get Mullen and Antonak wrong today because there is no Antonak. Played in the VFL yesterday. Got a good little rap from Mark Corrigan too, when we spoke with the Geelong VFL coach pre-game about what he brings to the team at the Cats. So we might not be seeing him back here for a while, depending on injuries at Geelong, although You'll see a couple more injuries, but a couple of returns next week for the Cats. For the perfect start for St Joey's, Mullen sends it on its way. He's hit it really, really well. He likes it. He really likes it. Joey's with the fast start with the goal. Inside the opening 90 seconds, St Joey's through Jack Mullen deliver the first major of the afternoon on the K-Rock. Harvey Norman first quarter scoreboard. Think Harvey Norman. For all the big brands at Geelong's best prices, Harvey Norman, Cryo and Morn Ponds. And in the expert chair for the Sporting Globe, here's Matty Kershaw.
We spoke about it pre-game, Jace, about the way that we thought this game might start. It's going to be a little bit contested, and that ball may just be getting some yardage early and getting the ball forward. And we talked about how important the corridor is going to be today, because the width of this ground isn't as big for these runners, and they use the corridor really well then, St Joseph's, and just got it into their forwards quick, and it's the fast start they wanted.
Northam goes up, gets it down for St Joey's. Garner in the middle as well, falls to McLaughlin. Handball backwards to Owen, who came off the wing, goes to the opposite side. McMahon against Harry Smith. Good pick up Northam, who went to help out for St Joey's. Goes forward with the kick, punched away from Humphrey. And can he pick it up? It's a second effort, trying to be kicked off the ground there by Jansen for St Mary's. They try and get it free at half back. He comes back to Jansen. His handball, they miss the target. Over the top of it, Dobson a long way from goal. Connors puts the tackle on as well now. And the umpire, ball has spilt free, but he'd called for a ball up. And we'll have one at right half forward for St Joey's.
Good crowd here for the Big Freeze afternoon. Jace will give you that fundraising tally in a moment. Northern won the tap down. Trying to attack the footy was McLaughlin. He left it behind. On hands and knees, Connors tried to get to his feet. Gave it up to Garner. Garner, under pressure, is brought to ground. In fact, it's Johnston will get a ball up. What is that fundraising figure for Big Freeze Geelong?
$138,733.
Incredible. Ball into the air again. Grabbed out of the ruck by Northern, and he pumped it forward for St Joey's. But the kick, though, was well marked by Mullen. Mullen turns and kicks. Not a great kick. Braden Ham getting back. Takes the mark. The left foot of the former Essendon player. Kick not ideal on the bounce, but taken cleanly in the end by Michael Rudd, who gives a handball on the up back to Ham. Ham jams it on the boot, but he might have rolled that out of bounds. He has, in front of a good crowd on the outer side. And we'll get the ball hurled back into play. 3.5 minutes played on the Barwon Foods time clock. Sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road, North Geelong. Here's Jason Doherty on Carrot Footy.
So boundary throwing on the outer side, just forward to centre wing for St Joey's. Northam holds off Rudd, tries to take it out of the ruck contest. Falls in the front towards McLaughlin for St Joey's. Garner now on the outside. He's going to get the right foot kick towards centre wing. Al Hickey gets back there close. He can't keep it in the field of play, and it just rolls away from him, and we'll have a boundary throwing on... just forward of centre wing now for St Mary's on the outer side of Drew Oval. 1 straight 6 Joey's. They lead St Mary's yet to score. Boundary throw in. Rudd gets it down. Roved. Hickey. James Hickey that was. Gow dropped the football, and I think that's going to be a free kick. It will be. St Mary's to take the free kick. Sam Dobson with it at left half forward.
Carroit on Carroit right there as Dobson laid the tackle on Gow. Kicked to looking forward to Peck. Couldn't mark, went through his fingers. The back of the pack, ball taken by Zach Knights, and he's brought to ground. We'll get a ball up. No, his dad Matthew is watching this afternoon from over in Perth. Afternoon to you, Matty, watching through the AFL Barwon TV stream.
He's got the job on McMahon too as well down there, so that's an interesting matchup.
For Wombat Gully Plant Farm, Northern won the tap down to Betts and tried to get a handball back to Northern. Ball spills, Benson a handball. Garner, quick snap over his left shoulder. Not a bad effort, but a good spoil. Webb is able to knock it away and through from a behind from Bartolo, and it'll be a free kick in for Joey's. First score of the afternoon for St Mary's, kicking to the slide end in this opening term. They're 1 behind. St Joseph's 1 straight 6.
So Luke Webb plays on from full back. Make sure the stat counts. Goes long outside 50 with the kick. It's a good kick to Grandy. Second up though. Can't take the mark. Umpire said it's a mark. Umpire Douglas right there. Kirsch loves to watch his style. Christensen has it. At right half forward for St Mary's, back inside 50, big pack there. Hillier comes across, falls to the front. Dobson puts the tackle on Leonard. He's not going anywhere, and right in front of the best seats in the house, thanks to Apco Cafe at 24/7, the new Palmy Jaffel. We're going to have a ball up.
Showers falling here. As Hillier doing the ruck work, just got moved off the footy by Northern. Northern's quick kick didn't go 15 according to the umpires, so Ham had to quickly release to Orgarinos. Kick back towards Johnston. 4 Joey's there. Well, they're coming through as Bartolo created a path that Johnston couldn't take, and then Webb receiving a handball go to quick away to Leonard, who marks right in front of us. Jack Leonard, of course, coming across from North Shore, where he played 26 games and kicked a couple of goals over the last couple of seasons. Left back pocket. a high kick. Oscar Morrison is his target. It's off the hands of the pack. Here's Orgarinos getting a handball back to the voice. Jamming it on the boot, and a quick kick forward is not bad from Jansen, although the mark was dropped. It's going to be a free kick for a hold, and then the free kick will belong to Jack Leonard. Didn't see a lot in that, Kirsch.
Zero in that. He actually dropped the mark.
Zach Sherman is shaking his head on the mark still.
He's right.
Ball goes across the face of goal. It's okay. Got the numbers there, St Joey's, and went to Ben Clark in the team today. His mother Fiona loves that, and I had to give the shout out to Ben's mum. And they get the ball around centre wing Betson. Now goes with a kick to half forward. Oh, over the back. No mark. Mullen. McLaughlin at the front. He can't pick it up. Harry Smith's in there as well. Handball came over the top. Owen got it out wide. Morrison runs around in the U-turn position. Benson's there as well. He's wrapped up by Mullen. He's not going anywhere, and we're going to have a ball up as the rain. Birchie, a bit more inclement down there for you.
It certainly is. The crowds are braving the rain, but it's getting a little bit heavier, so certainly having a little bit of an impact on handling the ball.
From the boundary throw-in socket, forward by St Mary's, but it's going to come back and be a free kick to St Joseph's, and it's going to Ollie Hannessy, who pumps it inside forward 50. Where's De Grande? Over the top, crashing the pack with Joel Edwards, but they're going to clear here St Mary's. A driving ball to the wing, looking for Elliot McDonald. Haven't caught a lot of him in the past. A chance to run onto the footy. He's able to run away from his opponent, but the kick was a shank inside forward 50. Peck below his knees, couldn't pick it up. Socket away by Betson. Going to work out all right here for St Joey's through hands. Knights gave it off to Angus Humphrey. Both Humphreys in today. Kick towards the wing for Hunter Lewis, but juggling effort from Garner. Blood didn't know what was coming. Bang, big tackle. That was whiplash style from behind. Great tackle laid by Joel Edwards. Gets a stoppage for his team, true centre wing. 1 straight 6 St Joseph's. St Mary's 1 behind. Opening quarter action thanks to Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds.
Right in the ruck, pushed off the ball by Northern, pushed in the back, said the umpire. So play on the call. Benson goes long. It's a 2-on-2. Peck in front, can't take the mark. Coming across Dobson, he's held on to. Getting there, short little kick. Al Hickey back, dangerous. Humphrey wrapped up straight away, not going anywhere. Straight in front of the best seats in the house thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7. We're going to have a ball up right forward pocket for St Mary's. They're into attack. They're 1 behind. St Joey's 1 straight 6.
Northam moved off it by Peck. Northam had to come back to the contest. Was he taken without the footy? Umpire said play on. Ollie Northam still waiting for a free kick that'll never come. Bit going on. Benson puts Gow on his Tijuana, and then there was a bit of push and shove as Angus Humphrey comes in along with Felix Henderson. A couple of long sleevers out there. Wanting to get up close and personal with Benson. Free kick Northam, I suspect, in the ruck contest against Lockie Peck. Northam just gives a little tap to the belly with the open hand to say, that'll be mine, thanks very much. Ollie, a little bit more ink work than I reckon last time we saw him on Anzac Day. He'll go short, and he's just got it over the head of Dobson, and Clark has taken the mark for St Joey's in the right back pocket.
Probably done it himself, Kingy.
Sends a long ball towards the outer wing. His target is Al Hickey. It's a well-weighted kick, and he marks just in behind Damien McMahon, and Joey's have got it out of wing.
So Joey's back in board. Chopped off, though. Handball forward of the ball, Harry McMahon. Kick was partly smothered, goes towards centre half forward. Pick up by Betson. So he's got enough St Joey's players there, but can they pick it up? That's the thing. They get it away. Owen off a step. Back to a vacant centre wicket position. Over the head of a couple. Connors comes out. Got his hand to it. McLaughlin broke free. Handball over the top. But De Grande back to McLaughlin. The 1-2. It was a throw. Said
it was.
You called it, Kingy, before he blew the whistle.
Yeah, I thought he got away with it, to be honest.
So Christensen handballs it away, and off a step, Travellini goes out wide. It's a good kick too, and finds Zach Sherman. He comes back inboard. St Mary's moving through the middle. Damien McMahon's kick was partly smothered. McDonald, handball wide. It might be okay. They set it up. Oh, that's a terrible kick off the boot, though. That came from Maishman. Now from defensive 50, Gow does well. Gets it on the chest of Ollie Hannessy.
Hannessy will pump St Joseph's inside forward 50, and Hunter Lewis is standing all alone. There's the disadvantage of the shallow forward 50 turnover. You turn the ball over just inside forward 50, good quality teams are going to hit you going back the other way.
Yeah, absolutely, Kingy, because what happened was St Mary's obviously transitioned from their back half, and they stayed in the corridor, and then that poor kick, the defenders were actually out of position, and on the slingshot, they got him out the back.
Hunter Lewis, last year's Rookie of the Year, 15 goals already this season, playing game 18 of his career. And I tell you what, I reckon he's pushed that to the right. He usually makes the most of those opportunities, but not that time. 1-1-7 Joey's, 1 behind St Mary's. Opening quarter action from Drew Oval on KROCfootball.live, thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7 and the new Palmy Jaffel. Here's Jace.
So Travellini from full back plays on. Goes to half-back. Up the back. Leonard takes a good mark. Hamlin hanger contender early from Jack Leonard.
Started well.
Now the kick, right foot high towards the pocket. Humphrey comes out. He can't take the mark. Yes, he can. Push and/or mark, whichever one you like. And Austin Humphrey has taken the mark in the left forward pocket, northern end of the ground. And a chance for St Joey's second. So he, one of the various headbands that are on in the St Joey's team this afternoon. Any chance they can get a barber as a sponsor, these blokes? What's going on here? Austin in the left forward pocket. Big crowd at the northern end there watching him as he comes in. He's only about 25 out, right foot kick, and a goal umpire has worked his way across and then comes back to the middle, and Austin likes it, and so does the goal umpire. So he has kicked his first of the afternoon and the second for St Joey's. They go to 2-1-13. They lead St Mary's one behind, and that is on the Harvey Norman and Corone Warm Ponds K-Rock first quarter scoreboard.
Yeah, I really like Jack Leonard's game at the moment. He's setting up behind the ball really well, and he's coming off his opponent when he has to. And Elliot McDonald, he's playing on, is really going to have to tighten up on him because now they've just made a rotation. But Jack Leonard's setting up really well, and he's being that Luke Webb intercept mark at the moment, and he's setting up everything from half back. So he's one that they're going to have to probably put a bit of work into, St Mary's.
Oscar Morrison's going to go into the ruck for St Joseph's against Christensen. He almost grabbed it out of the ruck. Might have been taken high, and he will get a free kick, I reckon. He's going to come 50. Back to Sam Christensen. No 50 given. Christensen plays on, drives a kick inside forward 50. Elliot McDonald will be his target. He didn't fly. Al Hickey back with the flight, dropped the mark off the hands of the pack. Peck to Harry McMahon. Harry McMahon has missed and not happy with himself either as he snapped across the body. It was good hands from Peck, and McMahon flying past just couldn't finish his work. And they double their scores, St Mary's. They're two behinds. Joey's at 2-1-13. 13 minutes gone. Bowen Foods at first quarter time clock on K-Rock football.
So Luke Webb from fullback. He's got Tanner Owen standing in front of us. He elects to go to the other side, though, and goes short to the back pocket. Jack Leonard takes the mark. So don't be surprised he comes back across the face of goal again. He's going to. Well, this is going to be dangerous. He's going to go short to Hickey, so that's okay. Al Hickey still in the goal square. He chips it to Jack Leonard. So they're just racking up the possessions at deep 50. Uh-oh, be careful. He gets around Dobson, and that is a terrible kick. Goes towards David McMahon, who takes the mark. Under no real apparent pressure from Harry Smith, he's able to chip the ball short. Sherman has to take the slips catch, 65 from goal.
They've left Sam Dobson here.
Dobson's by himself. Can he get it to him? He goes in that direction. He comes up. He's got the sit. He comes to the front, punched away, side of the pack. Oh, close to the boundary line, in fact, out. And Luke Bartolo couldn't keep it in. Right forward pocket, St Mary's. They're deep into attack and a chance for their first of the afternoon.
Yeah, Ben Clark just lost him in transition then, and Leonard had to come back, and then Leonard didn't want to take him, and they let him alone for a couple of seconds there.
Irritating showers would be the best way to describe them for South Point Garden Supplies. Morrison won the tap down. Al Hickey couldn't get a clear kick on the footy. Good tackle by McMahon, but Gow helped out. Webb just jammed it on the boot and rolled it about 35 metres towards defensive 50, but Maishman was back there. Handball release. Chance here for Sprague to centre the ball, and he saw Biggs all alone. Biggs marks 48 out from goal, just right of centre. Maybe slightly into the breeze. I reckon that breeze has just swung slightly to the south, coming out of the southeast, which makes the northern end of the scoring end this afternoon here at Drew Oval. Noah Biggs playing game number 4, debuted round 3 versus Geelong West, went to the pocket looking for Harry McMahon. Tanner Owen was awake to it, got a spoil, knocked it away from the front of the pack. Johnston picked up the loose footy for St Mary's, slung in the tackle, that's holding the ball. Under the new reasonable time interpretation that has to be paid, and Angus Humphrey has picked up the free kick in the left back pocket as they hold firm St Joey's again.
Hold to play on, gives it away to Webb, short little kick, not getting out of defensive 30 here at the moment. And he gets it short and gets it to James Hickey, who goes outside 50 now with the kick in front. Clark couldn't take it. Front and centre was pretty good from Henderson. Runs through half back, long kick, open half forward flank, but getting across there first. Was that a push in the back? The umpire said yes, it was. And he was going to take the mark, Chris Jansen, until he got pushed in the back, and will take the free kick for St Mary's in front of the scoreboard. St Joey's 2-1-13. St Mary's 2 behind. Just long down the line towards centre wing with the kick. Big pack there. Dobson in the middle. Second grabber does well. Fell to ground and took the mark. And we'll try and drive St Mary's back into the middle. Dangerous kick. Benson got up, couldn't take it, and was then on hands and knees. Needs some support. Got some from Rudd, but he gave away the free kick. And Gow made sure that Jared Garner felt it as well, and they're going to go at it a little bit as well. But free kicks and Joey's back into the centre square to James Hickey.
James Hickey loves the big occasion. His mum, Sue Cormack, went down the slide, down in the skippy suit with the St Joey's jumper, went wide looking for a mark, and Henderson Birch is going to win a free kick out there, I suspect, as he went for the mark. He was being held on to. So the free kick count for Kerrs High would be very much in favour of St Joey's.
Normie Whistle-Douglas is up and about.
Long ball inside forward 50. Humphrey couldn't mark. Front of the pack, Lewis pulled off the kick. It was a good tackle. Here's to Grandy, or rather Edwards giving it to Lewis. Jammed it on his boot, his left boot. Did it go 15? I don't think it did. No mark taken. Ball spills out in the tackle. Taken by Travellini, who gave it to Ham, who gave it back to Travellini. And they'll look to attack by the outer side with a short kick to Dobson, who's marked at left half back.
He goes now by hand, and Travellini around the boundary line, working in the phone box. Leonard sees it over the boundary line. He was able to punch it away from Dion Johnston. We'll have a boundary throw in. Centre wing on the outer side. That rain still just hanging around here at Drew Oval, just making it a little bit uncomfortable for spectators and for players. Pesty. Boundary throw in. Morrison got it down. James Hickey got the kick towards half forward. No mark taken. Connors needs some support and got some. Garner helps out. Right foot kick around the corner. Morrison can't take the mark. Rudd's there as well. Sherman and Maishman over the top of it. He got slung but got the handball away to Benson. He had it and lost it. Got it back. And the Matheson goes two-time into Sherman. Good kick. 50 from goal. Got a bit of space for Dobson to work into. Where's he going? In the pocket. He set it up for Dobson, who goes up and takes the mark in front of Clark. Just too big, too strong on the right side for Sam Dobson. He took the mark and will shoot for goal from 10 out.
Well, that's the class of S. Dobson, isn't it?
Wasn't he at half-back just 30 seconds ago?
He gets up the ground quite a bit, Dobson. We've seen him, haven't we, take lots of marks up centre wing and then try to play that Jeremy Cameron-style role. But, yeah, you can't give him up. He doesn't miss either, does he? Ball inside in hand, 0 to 50.
Oh, wow.
He doesn't miss. He doesn't miss these.
10 out, 45-degree angle, southern end of the ground for St Mary's first. Easy, he said. Oh, easy.
Oh, no.
That was always going to happen. Sam Dobson has missed it to the far side.
Did you go to the reverse Moz there, Kirsch?
I didn't. He's the nicest kick for goal you'll see in the competition.
Birchie, that rain has really set in, hasn't it, for South Point Garden Supplies?
Yeah, it is really consistent. And I mean, visibility is even a little bit of a challenge, to tell you the truth. So, yeah, it's a really annoying rain that's affecting the skill level a little bit.
A&B Australia quality shelving, bringing us Jane Birch. Webb runs from his defensive goal square and puts a kick onto the chest of Tanner Owen. Owen wearing the big free socks, drives a kick that was intended for Betson, but he's put it lace out onto the chest of Benson. So he wanted Betson, but got Benson.
Just got it wrong.
And Benson, just one initial kick inside forward 50. Dobson from second in line, couldn't hang on to the mark. Humphrey, that's Austin, can't get a handball away. Chance for Dobson at ground level. Gow dump, that's a sling tackle there. That's a good decision. That's the decision they want taken away. I should say it was Angus Humphrey earlier, but Gow wins himself the free kick. He can go into the left back pocket to Zach Knights or further, although Leonard's going to have to sit and wait, and the defensive spoil from Biggs across the front sees it out of bounds for a boundary throwing. Knights would have been the better option there, Kirsch, for the Sporting Globe.
Well, sometimes you just got to take what the opposition can give you, don't you? Like, if there's an easy one there, then you can just work it, and game of yards. Today is going to be exactly that. The conditions have really set in, like you said, so you just got to take those easy ones and maintain a bit of possession.
Boundary throwing at 50 for St Mary's. Peck got held, but got her away. Harry McMahon up to Benson. Breaks free. Does he? He does. Outside of the right foot. He has missed it as well to the far side as well. That didn't come off the boot exactly as he'd like, Harry Benson. And they're doing it in behinds at the moment, St Mary's. 4 of them. Some Joey's 2-1-13 Harvey Norman K-Rock first quarter scoreboard.
How good's he on the fly, though, from a stoppage? They've got to really watch that, because that's twice he's got on the move now.
It's like a third round FA Cup tie where the Premier League teams put 13 past the non-league team. St Joseph's 13, Mary's 4.
Kettering Town.
The Wickham Wanderers or something like that. Wide ball to right half forward. Joey's have advanced the footy nicely. It's taken by Hannessy, who kicks on his left to high ball inside forward 50. Back with the flight, Damien McMahon, the spoil. Front of the pack, Humphrey couldn't take it cleanly. It's out of bounds. That's Austin, and we'll get a boundary throw in. So Joey's 2-1-13, St Mary's 4 behinds. Opening quarter action from Drew Oval, krockfootball.live on a Sunday afternoon. Big freeze here at Drew Oval.
So the ball from the ruck contest dangerously into the square for St Joey's, and Gow, it was on the goal line. His kick came off his boot, and then St Mary's were able to get it out, but only as far as Felix Henderson, who I don't know what the kick was coming from there, but he's taken the mark only 40 metres out, 45-degree angle for St Joey's, a chance for their third of the afternoon.
They were well set up then, so if there was a rebound, they could either defend it, coming at them with frontal pressure, or take that mark with a quick kick. So they were well organised, St Joseph's.
So Felix Henderson on the right side for a left footer. He is going to kick from just in front of the scoreboard. He goes now with the kick. Oh, that's a great kick. Goal umpire does not move. So Felix Henderson has put his first on the board and the third for St Joey's. They go to 3-1-19 and they lead St Mary's 4 behinds. Harvey Norman, K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard. Think Harvey Norman for all the big brands at Geelong's best prices.
Well, we spoke about it at the start of the game about those wing positions and how important they're going to be today. So if the St Joseph's wingers can take it up to McMahon and Ham and have some impact on the scoreboard, that contest within a contest is going to be really good in that midfield to watch for the rest of the day.
So, in the experts share, thanks to the Sporting Globe, Eat, Drink, Sport, Ryrie Street, Geelong, Matty Kershaw. And back to the middle for Northam and for Michael Rudd having a run in the ruck. Northam gets it down well. James Hickey, oh, geez, he pushed down. That should be a free kick. He got pushed in the back or pushed to the ground. Harry Benson, he didn't have the football, so James Hickey will take it. He goes wide with the kick right towards Ollie Hannessy, who got up and should have taken the mark, really. McLaughlin comes to help him, gives it back to Hannessy by hand. Can he get around Rudd? He just can. The ball, though, spilled free and couldn't take it away. St Joey's working hard in the clinches. Can they get it through Hunter Lewis? He tried to get the handball up and it came out the back, close to the boundary line. And I think they'll be happy to see it over the end. Josh Nadadis, who is there, who's in the team.
Debutant Jace.
Yes.
Coaching the under-18s. A really good kid. Yes. Geelong College boy.
Yeah, Geelong College boy. Well coached there too, Kirk.
Yeah, there you go. He's got the great tutelage under the sun. So let's see how he goes in his first GFL game.
Go any better than
correct,
the two of
and he's a
us.
great kid too. So
he's a good
luck to him in his game. First game.
Has got some wheels too, Josh.
Has.
So ball back in. Rudd gets it down. Benson just got rid of the football in time. Kick off the ground, but only as far as Northern, who set himself behind the ball at right half forward. He gives the handball away. Off a step, Clark. High kick, top of the square. Big pack over the head of Sprague. Christensen's handball back was okay. Orgarinos wants to change the angle back towards 3 St Joey's players. They raffle it, and the raffle has been won by Nanadis. So he plays on, wants to use those wheels. Right foot kick short towards the top of the square again. Hannessy, he tried to get it up. He got it away. Got the handball towards McLaughlin, who just had a fresh air shot. Benson moved the ball back in. He got rid of it. He got the ball out towards half back. Might be okay. Short little kick around came from Johnston. And they get it to Dobson. So here he is up on the centre wing again. He goes back inboard. Benson, short little kick. And just doing it short at the moment. Ham, now he goes towards centre wing on a lead. Johnston takes it. So just tacking around. Go from centre wing now inside 50. Garner used the body at the back but wasn't taken. Hillier, kick around the corner. Top of the square. Peck sits over the back. Does he take the mark? Yes, he does, Lockie Peck. And great mark. He had Betson coming back in front of him. And Damien McMahon was there as well. So was Harry. But Peck took the mark and will shoot for goal from 10 metres out. He doesn't miss this, does he? What do you say?
Well, he's not in his famous pocket down there at Cardinia West. So
the Paul Peck pocket.
It's the same sort of side though, the same angle. He kicks this all day.
All day. Oh, that's what you said about Dobson. Peck comes in, 10 metres out.
Oh, he's missed it! Jace Doherty, he's missed it from point blank range.
You've got to stop doing this. 5 behind St Mary's. They trail St Joey's 3-1-19. Harvey Norman, K-Rock.
It's harder to miss, Jace, than kick it.
First quarter scoreboard. I'll tell you who loves it. Luke Webbs, who had 5 kicks anyway in the
correct.
So he's going to play off from fullback again and go straight down the middle with the kick. Biggs is there. Oh, good mark, Harry Smith. Oh, but he didn't know.
Awareness.
No awareness because there was 1,000 players around him. Zach Sherman got him and gobbled him up like pack back man, and he's not happy about it either, and the free kick's going to happen because it was holding the ball. And once Harry Smith gets up and just leaves the footy there, Zach Sherman will take it.
Yeah. There's 25 and a half minutes gone. Just a little bit of composure, know what the clock's ticking over. Just get yourself to quarter time, slow the game down.
So Sherman inside 50, Dobson with the run at it, punched away, Leonard behind, wants to get the handball over the top. De Grande a long way from goal. Left foot kick to centre wing, might be okay. It's a 2-on-1 and the one wins out. And the one is Joel Edwards, so he takes it on centre wing. He goes with a right foot kick long towards half forward. Up, no mark, Hannessy over the back of the pack. De Grande, Lewis there as well for St Joey's. Hannessy close to the boundary line and he runs out of room. And we'll have a boundary throw in about 35 around from the St Joey's goal. We have played 26 and a half minutes. Barn Foods first quarter time clock. Selling the freshest fish to you, Donga Road, North Geelong. And we're going to have a boundary throw in deep into St Joey's attack. And it's going to be De Grande up against Rudd. Rudd gets it down, front of the pack, Ham. In fact, it was Benson, wrapped up. Not going anywhere. Max McLaughlin was right next to him. So the umpire will come in and ball it up. Still deep into attack. So now kick handball away, Garner wrapped up. He's still got the kick away, which was the strength of Jared Garner. He gets it out wide through the middle. Tanner Owen's kick was partly smothered. St Mary's behind the ball. Orgarinos gets it out wide and might have run out of bounds. It has for a boundary throw-in, so about 50 around from the St Joey's goal now. They're 3-1-19. They lead St Mary's 5 behinds. Harvey Norman, K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard.
They're defending well here, St Mary's. They can't concede one just before quarter time.
Northam got a hand to it in the ruck contest. Garner clearing kick. Leonard sets up behind the ball. Oh, that was a great mark. Tanner Owen running back. Hamlin Hanger contender. He did very well. He knew Dobson was bearing down on him. He took a great mark on centre wing. He goes towards the pocket. Terrible kick though. And Harry Benson takes an easy mark and wants to switch the play. Dangerous kick. Garner on the up, half volley. Gets it out wide. Has to sit up and wait. Damien McMahon, he does. He chips the ball over the top. There is the siren. And that is quarter time here at Drew Oval. And St Joey's 3-1-19. They lead St Mary's 5 behinds. And in that first term, goals to Felix Henderson, Jack Mullen and Austin Humphrey. So a 14-point lead to St Joey's at quarter time. And that first quarter for Harvey Norman, Cryer and Warren Ponds. Think Harvey Norman for all the big brands at Geelong's best prices. We're going to take a break, come back and Kirsch is going to have a look at what happened in that first quarter here this afternoon. As always, we're here for the new Palmy Jaffel, available now at Apco Cafe 24/7. Live, breathe, K-Rock football. Be hopefully with Ron Watt, I believe. Birchie?
Yep, I am. Ron, one of the things I was going to talk to you about, you highlighted it to your team, was that forward pressure. It's been fantastic in that opening term, and on a day like today, that's going to be super important.
Yeah, well, I think the conditions lend itself to having really strong forward pressure, but you bring that sort of forward pressure in any conditions and you're going to get a result. So, we'll see how good we are now to see if we can actually repeat that, because we're playing against the best team in the comp. So,
and also using your width really well too when you got the ball and you switched it to the outer side. Hennessy, those sort of guys, they're really getting out on their own and linking up well.
Yeah, well, you do all the stuff at training and you try and implement it in a game, and so far so good, but I would expect that there will be a really strong response from the other team, and we'll see if we can absorb it.
One final one. Have you thawed out yet? You're a bit slow getting down out of that box, I noticed.
Oh, no, I was enjoying it. I wanted to stay a bit longer, but they kicked me out. So, yeah, Kingy and I had a little bet, and I think I might have outlasted him.
$100 coming your way.
Oh, thank you, Birchie. Geez, under bus thrown.
Drive by.
Yes, just the great Simon McCormack's out there, former Anglesey and Drysdale star of some repute from the 90s.
Were you talking to the Kung Fu master too, I saw? Were you talking to Buckley?
Yes, I was.
Yes,
3 weeks, he reckons. He'll be back.
Gee whiz. That'll be good.
Somebody gave him an initial diagnosis of 12 months, I heard.
Oh, Jack would have been taking that.
That wasn't happening.
No, that wasn't happening.
Good crowd here at Drew Oval. They are starting the pack down of the slide at the northern end of the ground. What a great effort. Graham Reid, Lincoln Blair, all the team behind that. James Bruce and Sammy Morford as the ambassadors, and 138,000 in that figure climbing. What a great result for Geelong's big freeze for Fight MND. But we're here for the second quarter. Morris Business Class Finance second term. Here's J. Doherty.
So Northam goes up against Peck, who's starting in the ruck for St Mary's. Falls to Orgarinos, fresh air shot. Hennessy, he gets it clear. In fact, it might have been Gow who got it clear, and it was. But only as far as Chip. Connors takes the mark. Defensive 50. Hasn't paid for a beer at St Mary's for 3 years. Goes over the top. Or free kick, no. It wasn't coming. Mullen had it and lost it for St Joey's. He shuffles the handball back. It's okay. Kick towards centre half forward, but standing there, Jack Blood for St Mary's. His kick was smothered as well. Goes into the middle. And back for St Joey's. Inside 50. It's a 2-on-2 over the back. Lewis. He had Hennessy in support. Now, Christensen. He nearly dropped the ball, but in the end was pretty good. Had enough and was able to get it to Damien McMahon at defensive 50.
Call to play on. De Grande was sweating on him from behind. That really should have been 50. Long ball looking for Dobson, who marks on his chest. Handball, quick release. Garner will send it inside forward 50. It's a helicopter. It's not a great kick. Coming up is Humphrey to meet it for St Joseph's. Angus a handball over the top to Knights to Ben Clark. A couple of youngsters combining. That's too slow from Ben Clark. That's holding the ball. And the free kick won there by Dion Johnston.
Bit of personal text message action for you, Kingy, and me and Kirsch from the South Barwon coach.
Good afternoon
Good afternoon, Mark.
I hope you're enjoying the broadcast wherever you are listening this afternoon. And
been on some interesting Zooms this afternoon, I hear, which is good.
Right, okay.
Yep.
Well done.
Well done, Mark.
Yeah, carry on.
Carry on. As he said, carry on.
Right forward pocket. Dion Johnston with a shot at goal. One of Neildy's favourite players from the opposition. Johnston puts it across the face. Dobson flew. Dobson marked. Hamlin Hanger contender between the left-hand goal and behind post. Taking a wonderful mark was Sam Dobson. Great fly at the footy, and as you'd expect here at St Joseph's, gets absolutely muted reception. The most excited person here about that mark is me. He'll step out, he'll snap, and will he kick the first of the afternoon for St Mary's? Yes, he does. 5 consecutive behinds broken by a goal to Sam Dobson, who kicks his 14th of the season, and he cuts the margin back to 8 points. 1-5-11 St Mary's. St Joseph's 3-1-19 on the second quarter. K-Rock Morris Business Class Finance scoreboard. Asset finance by Geelong people for Geelong people. Call 1300 for Morris.
It was that free kick that was given away for, like you mentioned, Kingy. Ben Clark just a little bit slow. Then he had to transition back and try and find and locate Dobson, and then Dobson just a little bit too strong in the air. So a real challenge now for Ben Clark to sort of get back and just one-on-one with him and not let him get too far up the ground.
Northam gets it down to Gow. He got his kick partly smothered. Might be okay though in the end. It went short to Donatus, and it wasn't smothered because he was taking the mark. So Donatus towards 50. Lewis, Orgarinos. Lewis, good mark. did very well, stood up. Now a left foot kick in towards the Edwards. He can't take it. Falls to Morrison in the pocket. Oh, handball over the top. Only as far as blood. He wants to just get out of there. So he goes back outside 50. Dobson. Hamlin hanger on the chest. Did well. Handballed away to Ham. He looked for inside. Then he went outside Garner. He left the football behind. Donatus worried him out of it. Did well. Uses that speed. 60 from goal. Puts it up to the Grandy.
Oh, great play.
Takes the mark.
Josh
Great
Donatus.
work, Josh Donatus.
Debut.
On debut. That was some, and that's what he can do. He can sidestep, he can use his pace, and he's got really good skills.
He's been very well coached.
He has,
Very
Jace. I
well.
couldn't agree more, but that
Very
was
well
fantastic.
coached. But Paddy de Grande did a lot of hard work there against Christensen
He
to actually
did.
get the mark.
And good mitts, might I add, in the slippery conditions.
It is, and we're going to have a great view of this goal because he is right in front of the best seats in the house thanks to Apco Cafe 24/7.
7 goals, 6 against Leopold.
Yeah, going okay.
All the 7 goals in the second half.
So, what, he's 0-6 to...
He was. So, oh, here we go. He goes with the right foot, and he's kicked plenty at the southern end at this ground, and he puts it through. So that is a great reply by St Joey's. They go to 4-1-25. They lead St Mary's 1-5-11. Morris Business Class Finance K-Rock second quarter scoreboard.
Yeah, and good to see a debutant too, because he wouldn't know who Jared Garner is and those players that were around him just then, and he took the game on. He challenged them and he won the ball. It was a fantastic play. So, yeah, good play by St Joseph's. Get the ball inside their forward 50 quick, and that's what you want to do. Get it in the hands of your goal kickers, and Paddy de Grande gets on the scoreboard.
Josh Donatus played round 1 of the Colac League season with Apollo Bay.
He did.
Back in the middle, Peck's going to do the ruck work again against Northam. Or is it Betson, in fact, doing it? No, it's Northam. And Castoli, ever since he cut his hair, is now holding the ball decision paid just forward of the contest. And it's going to go to Harry Smith. Saw the old man Diesel here a little bit earlier. Kick to about 30 out from going. Wanting Edwards, and there's going to be a free kick for a hold. Edwards being held on to.
Can't do that in front of Norm Douglas.
Against Jack Blood, was it? In the one-on-one there?
Yep.
And Hillier came across the front, heard the whistle go, and got the shock of his life when the whistle went, wondering what the hell did I do? Well, you actually did nothing, Luke.
It wasn't you, pal.
Your skipper, who's been pinged by umpire Douglas, who's also rocking the big free socks, like the Joey's boys are this afternoon. Joel Edwards, I should say. 15 games, 26 goals at North Shore before returning back to St Joseph's. Kicked 7 goals from 6 games this year. Stuttering approach, runs to about 40, sends it on its way and has kicked the goal. And they now lead by 20. So they've stolen a bit of a march here and they go out to 5-1-31. They lead St Mary's 1-5-11, second quarter. K-Rock, Morris Business Class Finance scoreboard. Asset finance by Geelong people for Geelong people. Call 1300 4 Morris on krockfootball.live. Here's Matty Kershaw.
Well, Kingy, we've only been going 6 minutes into this second quarter, and they've already had the 5 inside forward 50s, but more importantly, it's 3 zipping the clearances, and they've all been that clearances where James Gow's gone to work. When St Mary's finally did get the second possession out of a clearance, Harrison Smith runs down Jared Garner and gets the ball inside forward 50 for a goal. So they're doing it everywhere at the moment. St Joseph's, they're on top right here on St Mary's.
Fremantle on top. Fremantle 115 lead Melbourne 33.
Ridiculous. Benson gets it out of the middle for St Mary's. Garner followed it up. Handball on the outboard. Travellini tracks it towards centre wing and then goes with a kick inside 50. Rudd stood his ground, took the mark, put Betson on his bottom. And now he goes with a left foot kick into the goal square. Is it going to be over the top? Dobson, did he let it go? Is it a push? Is it a hold? What is it? It's a hold, and it's going to go to Sam Dobson, and Ben Clark can't believe it. And Sam Dobson is going to be able to put his hopefully put his second on the board. I think he missed one from about here in the first quarter, the other end of the ground, but he's put this through, wastes no time and puts his second on the board, and the second for St Mary's, 2-5-17. They trail St Joey's 5-1-31, Morris Business Class Finance, K-Rock, second quarter scoreboard and an expert share thanks to the Sporting Globe. Eat, drink, sport, Ryrie Street, Geelong. Here's Gersh.
We were just saying how good they were restricting the ability of Sam Dobson in front of goal in that first quarter, and he's come out and kicked the first 2, Jace, of this second quarter. So, you know, he has the ability to kick 5 in a quarter. We know that. So Ben Clark, like we say, he's just got to shut down on him and not give him an absolute inch and no chance of giving a free kick.
Umpire Douglas puts it into the air. Peck and Northern winning to a tap down. Ball attacked hard and jammed on the boot there by Nenatus. Kicks to half forward to a one-on-one Connors front position against Mullen. Mullen was able to force a spillage, but then a free kick given away, and it's going to go to Jack Mullen for too high against Nick Connors. Didn't see too much in that, but obviously I'm not close enough to be adjudicating. Kick inside 50, Morrison couldn't mark. Off the hands of the pack, Humphrey, quick snap around the corner, top of the square, will elude de Grande, rolling ball. Damien McMahon will be happy to see it to the boundary line and out of bounds for a boundary throw. And Austin Humphrey getting his opportunity this afternoon, just his second game of the year, played Anzac Day. He's a goal a game, man. 16 games, 16 goals coming in, and he's already kicked a goal in game number 17.
So throw in left forward pocket for St Mary's, southern end of the ground. Peck up against Morrison. He gets it down. Roving. Garner's handball was pretty good. Coming back, Sprague gets it wide. It's okay. Well, it's a push in the back too after taking the mark. And that is Harry McMahon. Chips it over the top. Garner followed it up.
Ruptured ACL from McKelty Lafau from Richmond's just been confirmed.
Wow, that's no good. So
That is no good.
the ball at centre wing now. St Joey's tracking it back. They've got the numbers. Betson gave it away by hand. Short little kick around the corner. Smith was okay. Northam, who's started the game well, he has the ball on centre wing on the outer side.
Considering you wanted to stay on too, Kingy.
Northam. His kick, that's an absolute mung off the boot. It'll land at the feet of Nenatus, who'll try and kick inside forward 50, but he has his kick partially smothered. It'll fall for Connors, and the St Mary's will look to come the other way, although he's kicked it straight into the waiting arms of Betson, who on the juggler's mark. Quick handball release to Webb. Webb a kick inside forward 50. Hunter Lewis sets himself out the back, rolling ball. Mullen attacks it. Mullen had his kick wonderfully smothered. And it's out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Diving across the boot, the smother came from Jansen. And in the right forward pocket, a boundary throw-in. Great desperation being shown by both teams. Rain has gone for the moment, although it's made the ground a little bit slippery. As we'll get it hurled back into play right in front of our best seats in the house, thanks to the new Palmy Jaffle, only available at APCO Cafe 24/7. Tap down Morrison back into the corridor. Sherman, a handball under pressure on the bounce. Dobson's come up to help out. Little fumble, but time to release it to Garner. He's kicked it straight up the chimney, and Betson will stand underneath it and take the mark. Rather, Northern, I should say.
Northam handballs it away, lining up there. Al Hickey off a step, high kick. Morrison, de Grande, Humphrey, Morrison in front off Haynes Sprague. Got the handball out, dangerous. Back to Connors under pressure through the pack. Oh, what's going to happen here? The umpire said play on, falls to Lewis. Ball spills free. De Grande's got it. Big pack now. The umpire's going to have to come in and ball it up. 25 out from goal.
You just don't know which way it's going to go now these days.
You just wait.
Yeah, correct.
So the ball up. Morrison, Peck. Morrison took it out of the ruck. Fresh air shot. Sprague rode the bump and then got thrown to the ground by Lewis. Interesting one, Kirsch, is Jack Blood on Hunter Lewis.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one.
He's actually rolled back and rolled back and rolled back, Jack Blood. So maybe he's, who knows, you know what Jack's like. He's a competitive beast. So maybe he's put his hand up to play on him.
Peck out of the pack. Got it on the boot, and Nenatus tried to hit and spin out of the pack, but left the footy behind. Picked up by Biggs. He turned it over. Nenatus had his kick smothered, rolling ball. His Peck again. Buffeted as he got a handball away to Maishman. Maishman a release to Sprague. Bit of composure here. Needed for St Mary's. A kick very wide. Harry McMahon will look to use his toes. Zach Knight's coming the other way. Took the footy. Quick handball release towards the boundary line. Is that insufficient intent? Yes, that is the decision. Kirsch called it early as soon as that handball was released. Insufficient intent was always going to be paid. And the free kick belongs to St Mary's and Damien McMahon in the long sleeves on the outer side. Hope you're enjoying the call through KRockFootball.live and AFL Barwon TV. Here's Jason Doherty.
To the ball. Goes short and they play on now. Go towards half forward with the kick. Big pack there. Is that a free? Umpire said a mark.
Yeah.
So Webb takes the mark in front of the high performance centre on the outer side. He goes short with the kick. James Hickey takes the mark at centre half back. Wants to play on now. He's going to switch the play. Comes to the half-back flank. And Brother L takes the mark. Oh, gee whiz, Tanner Owen dropped the mark he should have taken, but Webb helped him out. Got the ball back. They go wide now. Henderson needs to get back on the left. He does. Off a step towards half-forward Sprague. Lewis. Sprague goes up. Should have got a free kick for over the shoulder. Umpire said play on. Now Peck tries to tap it backwards. Orgarinos gets it to Bartolo, and he's kicked it to Ronnie Watt, who's standing in the goals in the coach's box. And is that out of bounds on the full? It is. Free kick. It's going to come back, and St Joey's going to take the free kick. And by me, it's Luke Webb who's got the free kick. Surprise, surprise. He loves those.
He took the mark on the outer side of the ground and then got the handball received on this side of the ground.
Showers falling again for South Point Garden Supplies here with Drew Oval. A kick to the wing. De Grandy's target worked off it by Christensen. Took a good mark. Went to go inboard. Now fires a handball outboard to Ham. That'll suit his left boot. Just dinks a little kick over the top. Well weighted, and the mark taken by Biggs. Biggs gets back off the mark, turns and swings onto his right boot, sends a long kick inside forward 50. Where's Dobson? It clears him down low. Blood's gone forward and taken the mark. So after being back for Wombat Gully Plant Farm in a matchup on Hunter Lewis, he's gone back. He's gone forward, I should say, and then taken a mark down low, and we'll go back and have a shot at goal. Playing game 98 this afternoon, the skipper of the Saints. Picked up the 3 Matheson medal votes back in round 12 last year here at Drew Oval, as St Mary's got some revenge for the round 1 loss to St Joey's. 33 touches, 7 clearances. Was a busy day out for the Saints skipper, but he needs to find a goal here. His team trailing by 14, this to make it single figures. Starts it out to the right, tries to work it back on the breeze, but just not enough, and it's through for a minor score. Misses to the right, and the margin is 13 there. 2-6-18 now on the second quarter. K-Rock Morris Business Class Finance scoreboard. St Joseph's a 5-1-31.
So Luke Webb with another possession if he plays on.
He will.
Yep, Harry McMahon stands the mark, but he plays on. Goes towards half-back, measures the pass nicely. El Hickey takes the mark. He chips the ball short, missed the target, Henderson. He's pretty good, though. He gets around easily and does well. He goes with the outside of left foot. That's a very clever kick to Edwards. 70 from goal. He wants to play on. He's got Felix running past. He goes back in, though, closer towards 50. And
he wanted to. He thought
about playing on. James goes off a step towards Humphrey, who comes out, punched away, front and centre. Some areas with the numbers if they can get there. Oh, that was great play in the end by Nanatus, who bumped an opponent, Michael Rudd, off the ball. Much bigger. Ball spills free. Still inside 50 for St Joey's. They come around. Handball back to Travellini. He gets it to Bartolo. Handball over the top to Rudd. Little left foot kick was smothered. McLaughlin. He gets a kick across 50. High up the chimney. No mark taken off hands. Hillier. Handball away. They get out of trouble. Maishman. He runs around. Goes with the right foot.
Sends it towards right half forward to a one-on-one. Betson in front of Dobson. A handball on the bounce. El Hickey might have caught one high. Umpire said play on. Dobson had his kick wonderfully smothered by Owen. Spills for Betson. A handball into no man's land. Travellini has his kick smothered. There's been a lot of the smothers this afternoon. El Hickey barges his way through. Flicked up. Northam. Chance now for St Joey's inside forward 50. Might have been Owen looking for Hannessy. Did all right. Hannessy to knock it away from Sprague. He was preparing himself to mark Humphrey. That's Austin trying to battle for the footy. He has dived on it and he's locked it up, and the umpire says give it to me. I'll ball it up. 25 out from goal. The bottom of that pack was Bartolo. Joey's by 13. Rain again falling. It's very dark and grey here as it's grabbed out of the ruck by Peck for St Mary's. A high floating ball. Al Hickey full-chested. Had it spoiled away from behind. Front of the pack was Benson, who jams it on the boot. And back with the flight. Webb just out of his reach, but Morrison will help him out. He'll be tracked by Blood. Morrison time to just step past Blood, step past Dobson. They just got held up in the tackle for the moment. That handball that was intended for Hickey, who was taken high. He'll get a free kick back there. I should say Ben Clark. He'll take the free kick inside defensive 50, northern or cemetery end of Drew Oval.
Clark comes broadcast side with the kick towards centre wing. Leonard over the back. Can't take it to Grandy. Tried to claim it. And he didn't actually touch it the first time. And the umpire will come in and ball it up on centre wing.
Was that rain is the heaviest it's been so far this game, and it's very bleak over the back, so it's going to continue for a while.
Thanks, Birchie. South Point Garden Supplies. Weather update there, that's no good. Ground update as well. So the ball from the contest, Maishman gets it inside 50 with a high kick. One-handed, no mark taken. Falls to the side of the pack. Betson comes across. Garner's hands were okay. Did he get it out wide? He did. Short little kick. Sherman back in. Oh, Biggs had it and just took his eye off the ball. Now the ball into the goal square, through the middle. Handball to Natus. Al Hickey off a step, under pressure. Goes back towards half-back. Christensen back. Kept his eye on it and took the mark at left half forward.
About 65 from home, maybe 70. Pulls a kick into the left forward pocket. What's he got? Blood dropping a mark off his chest. McDonald front of the pack for St Mary. Slung in the tackle. Lost the footy. Numbers there for Joey's. Leonard Gave it to Owen after receiving it from Birch. A high kick to half back, and here again is Christensen standing under it, taking a good mark. Wants to release a handball to Damien McMahon, instead turns and kicks a wonky one inside forward 50. It's going to spill over right for Ham, who gave it to Sherman. Sherman a quick snap around the body. Dobson down low, takes a slips catch. Hamlin Hanger contender. In these conditions, he's gone down sort of Jeff Marsh in the gully, late 80s Australia arrangement. He'll step out, he'll snap, he'll waste no time, and he'll kick his third. Sam Dobson is single-handedly keeping St Mary's alive. He's got all 3 of their goals, and he pulls his team to within 7 points. On a day not made for a key forward, he is doing everything to keep his team in the contest. 3-6-24 St Mary's, 5-1-31 St Joseph's. Second quarter action, thanks to Morris Business Class Finance, and the time clock, 17 3/4 minutes played, thanks to Barwon Foods. Sells the freshest fish direct to you, Donga Road, North Geelong.
Was it a corresponding game last year, Kingy, but it was under lights? I think St Joseph's beat them in...
Round 1.
Yeah, round 1. They only kicked 6 goals, I think, or 7 goals, and he kicked 6 of them in the wet. So we know he likes the wet and the dry. He can play in anything, Dobson.
Rudd gets it down in the middle. Maishman gets it away. Can he get the handball to Hillier? He can. He fresh-aired it, though, and then he tried to kick it off the ground again, but Gow was across there. Ball comes out towards Maishman, or he's pushed off the football without it. Gow's over there fighting hard. Pack develops. Ball underneath. Not going to come out. And the umpire's going to come in and ball it up on the outer side. Just forward of centre wing for St Mary's.
It's like the rain has set in, doesn't it? Looks like the cloud around us is...
This wasn't on the forecast. It was just partly cloudy, thankfully for the big freeze. They got that out of the way before the rain really has set in. It's inside forward 50 with Garner. Long ball from Jared. Garner is a wonderful goal. Goal of the afternoon contender. A goal of high class from a high-class footballer. Jared Garner's been doing it for a heck of a long time, and he's pulled his team to within a point. They moved to 4-6-30 on the K-Rock second quarter. Morris Business Class Finance scoreboard. St Joey's a 5-1-31. Not many can do that in the GFNL. Jared Garner is one.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a long time as well. They're just getting the ball in the right people's hands at the right time at the moment, Jace, aren't they? The Garners and the Dobsons and Benson started to step up a little bit this quarter after a quiet start, but they're just Maishman with his run and carry. So they're just starting to get their ball movers moving and getting it to the right people.
So ball back in the middle. Rudd up against Morrison. Rudd gets it down. Owen in there as well. Garner wraps him up in the tackle with a couple of teammates in support as well. Rudd was one of them. Harry McMahon as well in there. So the umpire just next to the cricket pitch area will throw it up. Rudd takes it out of the ruck contest. Gets a kick away towards half forward. Open space out there. Foot race. Johnston's going to get there first. Clark's going to get there first, in fact. He does well defensively. Sees it over the boundary line at half back for St Joey's.
Fremantle by 87.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Good afternoon to Marcel Behrens, who's there for Geelong Regional Football. Finds himself in the red centre and just off to the footy today with camera in hand.
Tough life for some.
I'm not sure where Jason Boris is. I think somewhere in Montenegro.
Oh, wow.
Sports media. There's going to be a free kick in the ruck contest, and it's going to go to Northern. Rudd infringing from behind, according to umpire Douglas. Northern just assessing his options on that Minerva Road side of the ground. He goes looking for Harry Smith. That ball absolutely clean bowled him, but Edwards was there to help him out. A handball that was intended for Smith found Damien McMahon for St Mary's, but his little kick ended up with Felix Henderson Birch, and he was wrapped up in a cracking tackle by Harry Benson, and the two-time Matheson medalist wins himself a free kick at right half back for St Mary's. A handball off to the fellow long sleeve Damien McMahon, just cruising past the back of him, and he sends it long, looking for Dobson on a searching lead, and he takes the mark, tumbles to ground, quickly gets to his feet.
Dobson now 60 from goal, goes into the pocket, was looking for Rudd. Over the back of him, Sherman, can he keep it in? He can. Rudd back to Sherman, working in the phone box, right foot, get goal! Zach Sherman, if you don't mind, from nowhere in particular. He's basically standing in the cemetery. And he's kicked the goal, and that gives St Mary's the lead. Unbelievable 1-2 with Michael Rudd. And he put it through for his first of the afternoon. And they are unbelievably have taken the lead. They were gone for all money early stages of this second term, and he has put St Mary's fifth on the board. They are 5-6-36, and they lead St Joey's 5-1-31. That's on the Morris Business Class Finance K-Rock second quarter scoreboard.
It's like they all stopped, wasn't it, there, the defenders for St Joseph's. They've made a move. Zach Knights has gone to Sam Dobson.
Back in the middle. At the 22-minute mark on the Barham Foods time clock, St Mary's with a 5-point lead after trailing by 20 points, 4 consecutive goals. We got a secondary stoppage. Northern trying to barge his way through the pack, just knocked the ball forward. Handball on the up from Maishman, but it missed its target. Hannessy, Mullen, Oscar Morrison confronted, stepped through the tackle of Blood, and then kicked to about 25 out from goal. Wanted Humphrey, but Jansen used the body well, took the mark, and turns and kicks quickly. Benson on the juggle has taken the mark in front of Henderson Birch. Benson is told to get the hurry up from umpire Douglas. Now he's called to play on. He'll head towards the outer side of the ground. He just pulled the kick slightly. Damien McMahon, his target. Front of the pack. Can he do the roving? No. Leonard there for St Joey's. A handball back. Humphrey finds James Hickey. McLaughlin. We haven't caught a lot of him this afternoon. Got his hands on the footy but couldn't take it cleanly. Through traffic. Benson's been elite this afternoon in that regard. And then a kick very, very wide as well. Weighted to Harry McMahon, who marks on the chest.
Mahon back in board. Short little kick. Travellini still on centre wing, but they're moving St Mary's. It's been good, Benson, in the last 10 minutes, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's had 5 possessions in the last 10 minutes. He had 0 before that.
So Travellini gets around on the man on the mark. He goes short towards McDonald, who gives it away to Maishman. His handball further. Harry McMahon back in board. High kick, top of the square. Garner's there. Dobson as well falls to the back. Which way is it going to bounce? Dobbo's over the top of it. He's wrapped up. He's not going anywhere now in the tackle. Webb comes over to make sure of that. We're going to have a ball up. 10 out from the St Mary's goal.
It's turned into an entertaining clash with these 4 consecutive goals from the Saints to take charge of the contest. Ball into the air. Nearly almost grabbed out of the ruck there by Michael Rudd, but he left the footy behind and it fell back underneath the pack. Gow, I reckon, will be the last man to his feet. No surprise there. The hard-nosed midfielder. Umpire puts it into the air again, about 25 out from goal. Rudd winning the tap down through hands. Tackle laid by Gow. I reckon he brought Garner to ground. And we'll get a block ground of trying to just burst through the pack. But Gow was awake to it, and we'll get another stoppage. A bit closer to goal, maybe 15 out now. Into the air goes the ball. Roving, done by DeGrandy, who's working up the ground. A tumbling punt that Peck took really cleanly, then gave a handball. Wasn't a great one, did no favours to Travellini. Time to recover, kicked too high for Maishman, but it bounced nicely for McDonald. McDonald on his left, around the corner, a scrubbing, little dribbling ball, picked up by Northern. Northern tried to get a handball away under pressure, but only put it into the path. Maishman through traffic, did too much, dumped by Northern, and that should be holding the ball, is it? It's going to be paid as a sling tackle, I reckon. And I reckon the Joey's fans in front of the Russell Pavilion are going to go off their collective minds. It should have been paid as a free kick for holding the ball to start off with, and it wasn't. And Joe Maishman finds himself the beneficiary of probably a somewhat lucky free kick. Former Werribee star, I reckon the best part of 90 games in the yellow and black in the VFL.
99, I think.
Yeah, with his development league games, I think it was 99. Because I reckon if he was 99 VFL games, I reckon they would have got him back for one to play 100. I think there's some development league ones in there for Joey Maishman. Left of centre, Joe Maishman, shot at goal for a 11-point St Mary's lead, and he's threaded it. Kicked a goal a game this year, Joe Maishman, not a noted goal kicker. Came in with only half a dozen from 20-odd games coming into the season, but 6 games, 6 goals for him, and the margin is 11 on the second quarter. K-Rock, Bit Morris Business Class Finance scoreboard, 6-6-42, plays 5-1-31. Real changes come over this game for the Sporting Globe, Kirsch.
Absolutely it has, and what the difference is, they're started to get on top around the ball, particularly the clearances. They've won the last 4 in a row, so they're getting the first hands on it, then they're getting it to the outside and dominating that area as well. So the difference is, once they get the ball inside forward 50 this quarter, they're actually hitting the main scoreboard as opposed to the first quarter. So they've got their game going now.
Back in the middle, Al Hickey got a push in the back. Umpire said play on. Garner got the clearing kick to centre half forward. Off the side of the pack, Benson, handball to Hillier. A little right foot kick. Danger. Oh, it wasn't a great kick. Dobson was coming out. And you just see Hillier was working through the gears there of whether it was going to be left foot, right foot, where he was going to kick it. And he ended up kicking it out of bounds. So a throw in. St Mary's into attack again. At 30 around from goal. Boundary throw in. It's just dropped 6 degrees, I reckon, in the last 2 minutes. But anyway, Northam gets it down. Blood. He gets the handball up to Sherman. He dropped the football on the tackle. Tackle comes And there's a couple there. The umpire's going to come in, ball it up, left half forward, some areas into attack.
Birchie, can you concur with Jace that the temperature has fallen for South Point Garden Supplies?
Yeah, it absolutely. It's lightened up a little bit, but the temperature's dropped, so we can't get anything right in the weather regard at the moment.
Have you been in a big freeze pool today, Birchie?
No, but I think most of us feel like we're almost in one now. I shouldn't complain.
Chance for Nanatus to take the footy for St Joey's, and he's absolutely beset upon two Saints over the top. Bring him to ground. We'll get a ball up. Birchie down boundary side for A&B Australia Quality Shelving. Welcome them to K-Rock football this weekend. Umpire puts it into the air, fisted away by Northam into space. Coming through, leaving it behind was Al Hickey. Tackle laid by Betson over the top of a St Mary's player who's at the bottom of that pack. It's Zach Sherman getting to his feet, and we'll get another stoppage as we approach half-time here at Drew Oval. Tapped down by Rudd, rolling ball. De Grande back there helping out his defenders, can't get his hands on it. Jansen was there. De Grande flicked a handball out into space, but straight to Connors, who lost it in the tackle. Hillier was good, I should say, to Benson. Tried to get it to Jansen. Jansen had a fumble. Jansen went back to go and get it. Hands and knees, tried to get it to Connors. Might have got a push in the back. Benson on hands and knees. A lot of hands and knees action taking place at the moment as Mullen sees it out of bounds for a boundary throw-in the left forward pocket in front of the Alan Russell Pavilion. So we've got Doc's pocket, the Alan Russell Pavilion, and Macca's flank. Johnny McKinnon having the half-forward flank in front of the Bongo van here at St Joseph's at right half-forward at the southern end of the ground, named after him for his service to the club.
Kirsch's urinal, so it's good, going well. Over the back, Rudd gets it down, handball towards Hillier, close to the boundary line. In fact, he runs out of room. Al Hickey makes sure of that. We have a boundary throw in centre wing, right in front of the St Joey's bench and coaching staff, adjacent to the Alan Russell Pavilion. And boundary throw in for Peck, who's going to do the work for St Mary's up against Northam, who pushes him away from the ball, and then the big fella gets over the top of it and gets a free kick as well. So just back end of centre wing, Ollie Northam for St Joey's. 28, nearly 29 minutes played, so close to half-time here. Bowen Foods time clock.
Long ball, Edwards his target, but Peck set himself well, took a nice mark. Been solid behind the footy is Lockie Peck, noted for kicking goals, but has found himself doing some solid work defensively.
Except in the first quarter.
Peck swings a kick towards left half forward in front of a big crowd. Dobson flew, could mark off the hands of the pack. Northam lost it in the tackle. Gave it straight to Garner. Garner snapped a kick over his left shoulder. It'll flirt with the boundary line. Big spoil from Angus Humphrey. Sees it out of bounds for a boundary throw in. So a great crowd here. The All Abilities game has got underway on the back oval, I believe, between Geelong West and St Joseph's, and they're slowly but surely packing down the slide that had many a slider go down it a little bit earlier, raising $130,000 for Fight MD, Big Freeze Geelong.
Boundary throw in, Peck and Northam. Peck pushes Northam past the football through the middle. St Joey's got the numbers. McLaughlin goes towards half-forward Smith. Oh, McMahon goes up, and will be careful too because he's in a bit of trouble there, but play on. Harrison Smith takes the mark. It's a 2-on-2. Getting back there. Lewis takes the mark and will shoot for goal from 35 out. Slide angle. And possibly after the siren, the way we're going.
Damien McMahon waiting for a free kick.
Yeah, he's not happy, was he?
I don't think Smith did anything wrong, just used the body really well.
No, I thought it was fine. So did the umpire. Everyone but Damien McMahon.
So Hunter Lewis will line up southern end of the ground, 30 out, slide angle, and a chance for St Joey's 6th of the afternoon. Bring the margin back to 5 points. He comes in now. And goal umpire doesn't move. Great kick by the Rookie of the Year. He puts his first on the board. They go to 6-1-37. St Joey's, they trail St Mary's 6-6-42. Morris Business Class Finance. K-Rock, second quarter scoreboard. Asset finance by Geelong people for Geelong people. Call 1300-4-Morris.
I was good at that stoppage because James Gow went back to work. They'd been getting on top, as I mentioned, in that area, and James Gow said, not on this one. He got on the fly and he got the clearance and got the ball moving forward, and Harry Smith did some nice body work. So good work by James Gow. He's put his hand up in that stoppage area to get back on top.
Breeze has really dropped off here,
yeah,
and the rain has cleared as well.
Feels like 7.3.
But it's got very milli-vanilli. Ball up in the middle, 31 minutes played on the Bowen Foods time clock in this second term. There's a free kick for too high. There's a Joey's player in James Hickey. He's just taking his time getting to his feet. And there's a St Mary's player, I reckon Zach Sherman, also very slow to get to his feet. I reckon they might have hurt each other in that contest. And now we've got a blood rule. And I think it's Hickey coming towards you. Birchie, down to you for St John of God. We put you first. My Street and Geelong injury update. Looks like James Hickey's got a bit of claret.
Yeah, a little bit of claret coming out of his nose. I think he just sort of, when he was tackled, the end of it, he made contact with the ground. So they'll patch him up and hopefully he'll be okay.
And Zach Sherman's in a little bit of trouble. He's just waiting for some assistance. No, he can't put any pressure. I reckon maybe a right ankle.
Yeah, ankle.
So he's being tended to by one of the best. Justin Edwards, the St Mary's physio, is out to him. He's now to his feet, but he's not putting much weight on that ankle. Birchie, what can you see as he comes directly towards you?
Yeah, he's certainly not putting any weight on his right ankle. So just an awkward tackle, and it's obviously got caught underneath him. So hopefully they might be able to strap that up and he can take some further part in the game, but we'll wait and see.
Thank you for that, Birchie.
Do a wonderful job, trainers.
Okay.
Done better than Bianca O'Brien at the Falcons. She told me to say that. She also paid me money.
Send an invoice.
Lachlan will bring it towards the wing. Leonard, under a little bit of pressure from Blood, took the mark and then hit the ground running, kicks it towards the van. De Grande is his target. Can't mark. Good spoil from Christensen. Front of the pack. Biggs brought down in a tackle for St Mary's by De Grande. Happening right in front of us. Our best seats in the house, thanks to the new Palmy Jaffel, available now at APCO Cafe 24/7.
Ruck contest. Morrison and Peck to come from the same side. Benson lurking. Gow lurking. Goes towards Garner or Hickey. He's nearly going to give Kingy a high five. He's that close.
Harry Benson could have put Hick into the van if he wanted to. He had him picked up and ready to go.
Would have a few years ago, I suppose.
He could have.
Two-time. Boundary throw-in. Peck and Morrison again.
A lot of Mo's out there.
Oh, yeah, there is. Dirty Tashes. Over the back. Peck just threw it out for the contest. Kick off the ground by Orgarinos. Webb comes across. Orgarinos gets a second effort, goes towards centre wing. Leonard gets back. Actually, he and Clark probably have a crack at the same ball. Now the ball, Leonard comes across. Second effort was okay. Saw it out of bounds, and it'll be a boundary throw in centre wing. It is 34 minutes played in this second term. Bowen Foods time clock, 6:1:37, St Joey's. St Mary's 6:6:42.
Fremantle 140, Melbourne 41.
Oh, wow.
My math isn't great, but that's 99 points.
It is.
Ball back into play. Front position, Peck won the tap down. Benson trying to fly through, left the footy behind. Gow went back and got it. That is half time. So we go to the main break with a little bit of push and shove. They don't like each other, and that's okay. We're not meant to get along with everybody in this world. And when God decreed that St Joseph's and St Mary's would have football clubs, he said that you won't like each other, and that's okay. 6:1:37 St Joseph's, 6:6:42 St Mary's. That's second term, thanks to Morris Business Class Finance. Asset finance by Geelong people for Geelong people. Call 1300 for Morris. We go to half-time thanks to Blackman's Brewery, the ultimate half-time beer made right here in Geelong. Now pouring at GMHBA Stadium. Keep that in mind when you're there for the Cats and the Hawks on Saturday, July 6. Birchie, will go down to you. A&B Australia Quality Shelving. Just looking to pull aside one of the St Mary's boys for a quick chat. And other than the draw being tipped by Laurie Hill.
Yeah, well, that's true.
So, we've gone 80. Well, what's that? That's 90% basically.
Am I the closest at the moment?
Are you the closest?
Yeah, I think I am.
Yeah, at 9 points. There's a lot of footy to be
This is
played.
going well. We got closest
Get ahead of
last
yourself,
night.
Doherty.
Settle down.
I tell you what, though, what is going to help you is this weather conditions. The game's not really going to open up.
Might not be another goal scored the way we're
No,
going.
I've written down some notes here about St Mary's uncontested game, how they got that 0-30 kick going in that quarter and changed the angles. I don't think we're going to see a lot of that in the second half. So,
Is there any chance your son could actually listen to us at some stage? What's the score?
Sure. Yeah, he's asking me the score. How about you tune in, son?
Tune it in, mate. Come on. What's going on? It's not that hard. KRockFootball.live.
You should know.
Come on, Liam. Tidy it up, please. Come on.
Get yourself sorted, kid.
That should give us some feedback somewhere. Well, although he's not listening, so it doesn't matter.
He might be critiquing his game after today.
Down to you, Birchie.
It's really tumbling down. Sorry, I'm telling people where to stand and under shelter and all sorts of things. The brollies are starting to come out.
But
It's
just not where you're going to stand.
Just
under
look
cover.
after yourself.
A lot of people have popped their heads around this little interchange shelter here, and they go, "Oh, someone's in there."
Birchie,
That's me.
There's no interest like self-interest.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Good afternoon to Heath Jamison, Queenscliff coach, who's listening this afternoon.
He got his St Joey's jumper on?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen him. Did see his former right-hand man in Shane Jack here.
Yes, I saw him. He was the first person I saw when I got here, him and Jack Buckley.
Shane Jack, the real brains behind those premierships.
Oh, lovely.
Jeez, I thought Chris Nichols was.
Here we go.
Oh, Rock Dog. I haven't seen Rock Dog today.
He'll be in the function, won't he?
Be in the function. The rain is really coming down now, although it's not perturbing people like I expected.
It's not hard. It's just consistent.
It's steady.
You know what? I don't know. I've been to 2 Ovens and Murray League games, but I reckon it's like that. It's like Myrtleford or something, isn't it? It's like the weather's closed in around the mountains.
Myrtleford's just cold, and it's really cold when you can see the snow on the top of Mount Beauty, as we talked to Elijah Wales about on Beyond the Boundary a couple of weeks ago. We'll keep an eye on some Wombat Gully Plant Farm matchups. Zach Knights, congratulations. You have the job on Sam Dobson, who's just doing a little bit of calisthenics with the back there, just trying to free it up. I suspect he's one of those players that probably doesn't like half-time. Third quarter underway, thanks to Barwon Timber. Who's going to remain unbeaten? We'll find out in a half. Here's Jace.
Northam gets it down. Peck, though, who was up against him, got the second tap. Goes to James Hickey, wrapped up straight away, and the tackle rolled over like a crocodile. Benson's there as well. And he gets up with the footy, but the umpire has called it in, and he'll ball it up again. Northam gets it down. Owen. Quick kick back towards the middle of the ground. No mark taken. Cricket pitch area. Mullen over the top of it. Held in. And we will have another ball up. So just forward of the centre circle. Northam gets it down. Gow rides the bump. Ball spills free. Quick kick by Garner towards centre wing in front. McDonald takes the mark in front of Webb.
McDonald will look to send St Mary's into attack. His kick will just fall at the feet of Dobson. Took it on the bounce. Knights keeping in company, but he got a handball release. Went back, though, to Henderson, who lost it in the tackle. Put his head over at McDonald. Handball release was good. Maishman runs to about 70 from goal. Shares it with Benson. He had to take it on the half volley. Neat little kick. Didn't go 15. Maishman didn't mark it anyway. It was knocked out of bounds for a boundary throwing. Good defensive work by Zach Knights. You talk about Luke Maddock being one of the more upright players going in. Zach Knights is not far from that sort of upright position either.
Brother plays like that too. Sam's very upright as well.
College.
Yeah, nice mark too for a wingman.
Boundary throw-in. Jace has got the gloves on. It's hurled back into play. Shallow throw-in. Peck had a fresh area. It landed on his foot and then fell for Maishman, who somehow got the handball out despite having one arm held. I don't know whether that's a legal possession. Off the ground went Gow, and that goes out of bounds on the full. A true centre wing. Right in front of Birchie, who's down boundary side for AMB Australia Quality Shelving. She's well sheltered under the old interchange stewards hut that rarely get used anymore.
Great spot for a boundary rider. Love
Yeah, I'm
that.
all for them.
Yeah,
Don't get rid of them.
absolutely.
Norman's one's pretty good too, isn't it? Kick to the wing. You wouldn't really want to be much taller than Birchie, though, and that's St Albans one. Zach Knights, I reckon that's out in the full too, as he's pushed in front of a good crowd undercover near the netball pavilion. And St Mary's, as the rain is that's actually coming down with a little bit more ferocity.
Vengeance. You should go to Jace's Volvo, Jane, and get some crochet blankets out of there.
Good idea.
You're an idiot. So the ball waiting to come back.
And he actually crocheted them himself.
He absolutely does it himself. In the Volvo.
Okay. Well,
With his gloves on.
Thermos of tea in there as well.
Oh, thermos of tea, absolutely. Earl Grey.
keep going, you people. It's okay. That's fine. I'll get Neildy onto you next
English
week too.
breakfast.
Back in towards forward 50 for St Mary's. Front and centre. Kick was smothered by Johnston. Owen handball over the top towards Gow. He's happy to see it over the boundary line. The two number 9s, Benson and Gow, see it over.
Have a little giggle with each other.
Yep.
And as that rain sets in, the breezes drop, Birchie. I reckon the flags are dead set flaccid at the top of the pole there.
Gee, these terms you boys are using yesterday
Yeah,
and today.
impotent.
Yeah, and flaccid.
Boundary throw
Not
in.
going there.
Right. Gets it to the front. Light blue working when it comes to the back. Yeah, and Birch gets it away. Oh, left hook kick. You're going to see a few of those off the side of the boot because it's very wet. The ball is very wet. Cake of soap style. Oh, insufficient
He
intent.
did not. That was not.
That was a
slipped
skill
off his.
error.
It's raining umpires. It slipped off his boot.
Was. Free kick.
Hey, I reckon they
No,
heard you.
no, it's raining.
They heard you too.
Oh,
Oh,
seriously.
come on, ball. Inside 50 again. Dobson in front, can't take it. Northam's there as well. Rudd falls towards Benson. Kick off the ground, he does. James Hickey goes in the middle, good. Gathered some pace. Oh, Morrison way too slow, but he got the handball away. Orgarinos comes back to Grandy. They meet it. Centre wing. Orgarinos over the top of it. Mullen puts the tackle on. The umpire will come in and ball it up. 6-1-37 St Joey's. St Mary's 6-6-42. We've played 4 minutes third term, and that is on the Bowen Foods time clock selling the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road, North Geelong.
Here's one for you. Max Orgarinos is being mentored in his professional life by a coach of a rival GFNL club.
Hey.
Yes, tapped down by Northam. Rolling ball to Gow on the wing. Benson over the top, pushing the back against Harry Benson on the rival number 9. The two 9s going at it all afternoon. Now a little bit of a push and shove. Gow will come and pick up the footy. Get rid of the theatre, James. Just going to pick up the ball at left half back. And we will have James Gow at left half back. Jace has just found out he's lost a point on the scoreboard at his employer for his gloves.
Come off it.
He's listening this afternoon. Off the hands of the pack, Jansen jams it on the boot. Gow back with the flight on the juggle. Couldn't mark. Webb coming across, cleaned up on his left foot. That's going to float out of bounds with whatever breeze there is. And it'll be a free kick to St Mary's right at the St Joey's interchange bench.
You be careful, Neil. Don't worry. It'll be coming back this month. I've had enough.
Connors, right half back. Kick to the wing. Dobson flew. Northam got his hands on it. Couldn't complete the mark. Jansen, handball relief, rather Hillier. McDonald outside of the right boot. Not a great kick. Harry Smith. Oh, went straight through his hands. A slippery ball. Out the back is Harry McMahon trying to get it to his brother Damien, but the tackle was elite and holding him the ball is a decision. He was well brought down by Al Hickey. And Harry McMahon's in no hurry to give that back to him. He never took possession. In fact, he's 50'd him. Because he actually had possession in the tackle and just put the ball down, umpire Douglas has said, Al Hickey, you can come 50 metres with me and look to send your team inside forward 50.
Yeah, not on Norm's watch. You're getting away with that.
So Al Hickey short. Kick. Finds Harry Smith. Right half forward, northern end. Pretty congested between he and goal. Called to play on now. Goes to the top of the square with the kick. Peck. Oh, he got punched from the side. Umpire said play on. Comes to the back. McMahon, short. Kick, dangerous. Sprague. Got some time though. Gets it towards half back. McDonald got half a shove. The umpire said play on. Ball spills free. Blood. Handball to nobody in particular. Handball came back and Sprague's, in fact, his ham over the top. Pretty indiscriminate play here. Benson gets it away to Ham again, back to the middle. Lux of Fortune. Hillier stands on the cricket pitch area. Now they're out. If the ball spills for McMahon, it has to wait for it. It sits. He gets it out further. Garner, he had to sit and wait for it as well. He comes back in. Short little kick to Hillier. They're mucking around with it a bit. They've turned it over. And the ball will go to Henderson Birch.
He gives a handball to Hannes, who spun out of the tackle of Orgarinos and then run away. Long, high ball inside 50. Should seat Lewis. Back with the flight. Will he get a free kick for front on contact? He will against Sprague. Milked it nicely, Hunter Lewis. And now he'll be marched to the goal line for descent. And this will make a certainty of Lewis's second. He just dribbles it through on the goal line. And Joey's take back the lead by a point. It's the first score of the third quarter. It's taken 6 3/4 minutes on the Bowen Food time clock. And the Bowen Timber scoreboard shows St Joseph 7-1-43, now leading 6-6-42. And he becomes their first multiple goal kicker, Hunter Lewis, the reigning rookie of the year, now with 17 goals for the season.
Well played by Ollie Hennessy, the Hall & Oates lookalike.
Yes.
Did a little bit of like dancing rich girl on the dance floor, a little shimmy out of the pack then into the forward line. It's fantastic play. He was terrific then, Ollie Hennessy.
Kirsch, I can't go for that.
I can't go for that.
No can do.
Oh, Bert. Gee whiz. James Hickey gets it from the middle to Henderson. Birch, he gets the ball around the corner, half forward. Humphrey puts the tackle on for St Joey's. Through the middle. There's Henderson Birch again. And at left half forward for St Joey's Nanatus. Gets a little kick under the ground towards De Grande. He can't pick it up. Now Garner, fresh air shot. Pushed off the footy. Humphrey in there as well. Handball coming towards Peck. He can't pick it up. We got one high. The umpire said play on. And now Maishman over top
out
of it.
that, and not one of them saw
I saw it
that
from
Peck
here.
was taken high, and we are 85 to 90 metres away from where that happened.
Ball up at left half forward for St Joey's.
Northam, the tap down, roving done by Owen. Quick snap around the body to the top of the goal square. De Grande was his target. Couldn't take the mark as the ball dropped towards his feet. Sprague left it behind. There's going to be a free kick going which way? I don't think anybody knows.
Just the physicality has gone up a notch down here at ground level, and with the skill errors, I think that's lending itself to that contested footy.
Free kick in the hands of the Saints. Long ball towards half back. No mark there for Rudd. Blood will track a loose footy on the outer wing. He's got a bit of room to move too, so he has a sneaky little bounce. It bounces up nicely back to him, and he sends a kick wanting Dion Johnston. Front on contact by Leonard, not paid. Johnston found it at ground level after dropping the mark. Pulls a kick to a one-on-one. Harry McMahon went with the left hand, couldn't complete the mark. Zach Knight's handball on the up. Owen outside of the right boot into the path of Henderson, who reels it in with the one hand, the slippery ball.
He goes along the line to Max McLaughlin, who takes the mark uncontested. Connors comes back to stands the mark. He's got Henderson Birch running past, but he elects to go inside. Goes to centre half forward with the kick. Lewis goes up, can't take the mark. Falls towards Edwards. Maishman there as well. Lewis gets the blind turn going, gives it away to Natus, to Edwards. His handball was chopped off. Garner. Gow's got him, dropped the footy. Umpire said play on. Safety the boundary line. Umpire coming in. And it's going to be a boundary throw in. And Chip not happy with a bit of work from James Gow. Garner's in there as well, so a little bit of a fracas. And it's going to be a ball up, a boundary throw in, left half forward.
Joey's in attack, leading by a point, 7-1-43, play 6-6-42 on the Barwon Timber third quarter time clock, hurled back into play by the boundary umpire. Oscar Morrison front position on the tap down. Garner did the roving, jammed it on his left boot, a rolling ball, eludes Hillier, socket off the ground by Leonard, but it went backwards, fortuitously to Betson. Betson threw it on his left boot, and all alone, standing at left half forward, is Oscar Morrison. Outside 50, and you would think with a greasy ball, distance would test him. So he swings out onto his right boot. It's a mung floater to the top of the square. Connors dropped the mark. Jansen there, was he held without it? Umpire said play on. Tracking it to the boundary line is Biggs, and he's slung over the boundary line and out of bounds. And he'll actually take a free kick for the sling tackle, Noah Biggs. Game number 4 for Biggs this afternoon. And he'll look to get St Mary's out of trouble inside defensive 50.
Goes towards half back. Big pack there. Morrison in front and centre. Ham. He can't pick it up. Hillier can. His handball back. Maishman kick over the shoulder now. Past a couple of plays. Hillier to run onto it on centre wing. He's got somebody out here, and Kirsch has called it early, but it doesn't get there. It was Sherman who's back on the ground. Here's Lazarus. He's come back, but Luke Webb back towards towards centre wing. Peck stood there. Hillier's handball on the out was okay. Kick around the corner. Sherman again. Oh, he's got half an ankle there, but plays on. Kick around the corner's okay. Rudd can wheel on the left. 65 from goal over the back. Harry McMahon goes up. Great defensive play at the back. Came from Ben Clark. Saw it over the boundary line. And we'll have a throw in the right forward pocket, southern end of the ground. St Mary's into attack there. 6-6-42. St Joey's by a point, 7-1-43.
How good was that from Clark going back into the face of Harry McMahon, who was there for an eternity.
Without giving a free as well.
Hurled back into play. Boundary throw-in is a shallow one. Oscar Morrison winning the tap down. Top of his defensive goal square. Webb snaps a kick. Bouncing ball. Smith and Damien McMahon. Damien McMahon, you think it'd have the toe for him. Like Smith worried him out of it. Knocked the ball from his grasp. And out of bounds it goes at left half forward for the Saints. They trail 6-6-42. The Joey 7-1-43. 11 3/4 minutes played. Barwon Foods time clock. Barwon Foods sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road in North Geelong. As I always say, the freshly shucked oysters. You can't go wrong.
So a boundary throw in. Peck. Northam got a hand to it. Great play. Hickey got it over the top to Mullen. Through half-back, open. Foot race towards centre wing. Hennessy gets across there, pushed it back, but then fell over. Handball towards Travellini. He's under pressure from Mullen. Bare tackle. And wraps him up on centre wing. We're going to have a ball up.
Because Zach Sherman can't run, he's playing that deep forward position, and Luke Webb's getting a little bit drawn too deep in the game. He doesn't want to be there. So it's not bad that Sherman's playing that role on Luke Webb.
You send somebody else back there, Kurt?
Yeah, they tried to, and Webby ended up getting pushed back there by, I think it was Ben Clark.
Does he have to be on the ground?
Who's Sherman?
Yeah, if he's injured. How are you, Webby?
Look, Webb's just listening to the broadcast while he's out the ground.
Concentrate.
I'm doing well, I think he said.
He said, I'm doing well.
Be throwing no Leopold Sporties for you. At the feet of the pack, Al Hickey fires a handball forward into space. Biggs one way, Lewis the other. Biggs did well. Picked up the footy, turned and kicked, and then he kicked it out in the full. Birchie market. There was an opportunity there, Birchie, and I just didn't like your commitment there. You could have really had a crack at that.
The rubber matting didn't extend that far across the concrete, so
That's fair.
I was tempted.
Jane Birch down boundary side for AMB Australia quality shelving. Al Hickey's going to take the resultant free kick. Right on the boundary line, broadcast wing. Pulls a kick into the left forward pocket. Peck is going to mark comfortably on. He's had a good afternoon, Lockie Peck. Kirsch for the Sporting Globe.
He's been good. He's had some important marks, and he's been in some important contests.
So at half-back, Paul Sun, Lockie. He's going to go down the line. He does now with a long kick. Dobson's there, big numbers. Northam comes in, punched away from him. Garner gets through traffic as always. Right foot kick high. Running back Dobson, got hands to it. He's got Benson in support. 50 from goal. Open goal square. Which way is it going to bounce? Leonard gets back there, runs away from him. Happy to see it through for a rush behind. Or for a behind. And tying the game up, 6-7, 43, St Mary's. St Joey's 7-1, 43, 14 and a half played, third term, Bowen Timber, K-Rock, third quarter scoreboard.
Mary's actually their first score of the term. It's taken more than 14 minutes. Owen in front of our best seats in the house. He's now called a play on after he had a little bit of a false start. He just checks a little kick to Zach Knights. Knights can give a handball to Webb. Instead, decides to go deep into the right back pocket, and the mark taken by Hickey, the skipper of St Joey's. Oh, handball for McLaughlin. He left it, Leonard left it behind. Opened the door for Hillier, and Hillier's pounced in gold. Jack Leonard was out of the reach of the handball that was intended for him, and he fumbled it, and Luke Hillier says, thanks very much, I'll pounce on a loose ball, turn, snap and give my team a 6-point lead. 7-7 49 St Mary's, 7-1 43 St Joseph's, and something out of nothing. They weren't expecting that, St Mary's. They were getting ready to defend down the ground, and Luke Hillier said, thanks very much, I'll goal.
Yeah, well, Jack Leonard, he done the right thing. The handball receive was on. He just didn't give himself enough width from where the mark was being paid, so he can receive the handball. He got too close to Hickey and spilt the possession.
Northam got him down, but Benson tries to track it to centre wing. James Hickey against him. Coming in, Gow got it up on the up to Tanner Owen for St Joseph's on centre wing. Goes to half forward, good kick, and Hall and Oates. Here he is, Ollie Hennessy, and he's taken the mark at right half forward in front of the scoreboard, and just I think it's Bartolo getting up a bit ginger on that right ankle. It seems to be right ankle day for St Mary's. Sherman deep forward with an ankle. Bartolo hopping around deep back. And the mark from Ollie Hennessy. He's gone back on a very nice run-up. That is a 30-metre run-up as he comes in. And the right half-forward flank at the northern end of the ground to bring the margin, or to bring the game back all square. Right foot kick. That's
wow.
The goal umpire has not moved. That is amazing from Ollie Hennessy. He's kicked his first of the afternoon, the 8th for St Joey's, 8-1 49. And back to square, St Mary's 7-7 49, Bowen Timber, K-Rock, third quarter scoreboard.
Absolutely fantastic kick. And it was a clearance again. They've just got on top of the clearances as well at the moment. It's 7-3 in favour of St Joseph. So they've got to get some value for their dominance around the clearances and get the ball inside forward 50 to give themselves a chance. They're only inside, they're +2 inside forward 50 at the moment.
Hennessy with a nice finish. Good reply. 16 minutes gone in this third quarter on the Barn Foods time clock. Northern back in the middle doing the ruck work against Rudd. Chance here for St Mary's, a handball. Sprague to Rudd. Back. Trying to cut back through traffic, or rather it was Ham, I should say. Benson out the front of the contest. Garner sends it long. It's going to be a free kick for a hold, and it's going to go to Betson against Harry McMahon. So the umpires deem that Liam Betson took a hold of Harry McMahon, and he'll have a shot at goal directly in front, and a chance for the third goal of the quarter, or fourth goal of the quarter between the two teams, and the third in about 2.5 minutes. What'd you make of the decision, Kirsch, for the Sporting Globe?
You really need to answer that, can you?
You're biting your tongue.
I am. He hadn't been in the play for a bit, Norm, so I understand.
20 out directly in front. Harry McMahon goes, stops, stutters.
It's a weird run up.
It is very weird. Kicks and has missed.
And you know what? There was no momentum, no fluency in his approach, and he just had no momentum going in through the kick of the ball.
Second behind of the afternoon for McMahon, but he gives his team the lead by a point. 7-8-50, plays a very accurate St Joey's 8-1-49 third quarter action, thanks to Bowen Timber, your specialists in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region.
Any point from Harry McMahon, and the ball into the pocket for the kick to come from Zach Knights. Goes out to half back, and it's a good mark. Oscar Morrison in front has taken it out of side, half back flank. Pretty stagnant in front of him. He's going to go just long down the line. And over the back, punched away by Bartolo, who's recovered. Handball by Damien McMahon towards Benson. Good pick up. Handball to Garner off a step, left foot towards half forward. Doesn't sit for any of the St Joey's defenders, so they're going to be under pressure. They've got some support there, though. Nanatus got it away. Goes out wide with the kick and finds the safety of the boundary line on centre wing on the outer side, and we are going to have a boundary throw-in.
Essendon 2 lead Gold Coast 0 in the A-League. Oh, sorry. It's an AFL game.
Oh, Sunday afternoon. He's been in a big spa today.
Wouldn't call it a spa. Spa's a warm boundary throw-in over the back of the pack. It's taken by Benson, back edge of the centre square. Turns and kicks to the front edge. Betson from behind will spoil on Harry McMahon. Webb will be at the front of the pack. Took it very cleanly, and on the outside of the right boot wants Oscar Morrison. Connors tried to work him off the footy. McLaughlin just burst through out of nowhere. Outside of the right boot. Sends it looking for De Grande. Too much height on the kick. Spoil from behind was good. Front of the pack. It wasn't taken cleanly by Owen, and he's dragged down once he did take it and brought to ground. Ball up at the top of the 50-metre arc. St Joey's in attack, trailing by 1 as we approach time on in this third quarter on the Barn Foods time clock. 19 3/4 minutes played.
From the ruck contest, comes down and through the middle. Somehow Owen got a kick towards the top of the square. Numbers, though, with St Mary's. Goes out wide. Morgarinos gets it over the top. Oh, punched away, though. Travellini was in the gun there, but he couldn't take it. Owen came across, got a hand to it and saw it out of bounds for a throw-in.
Essendon have scored again, 3-0. Fast start.
It is a fast start, yeah. So boundary throw-in, just forward to centre wing for St Joey's. Must be getting cold. Kirsch is even putting the jacket on. Yep. Get some gloves too, brother. And the ball comes away.
They don't sell them for men.
Now, Owen Gow gets it forward, and Sprague takes the mark. Well, when you've got arthritis in your hands, I'm not going to pick up your food for you, I can tell you, and cut it. Over to you, Kingy.
Right back pockets.
Our personal conversation.
Sprague, the Bowen Heads product, to half back. Benson down low, couldn't complete the mark. It's fisted away from him. Good defensive work by Tanner Owen. Sees it out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Right where the 50 meets the boundary line. Left forward pocket, Northern or Cemetery end. Rain for the moment has just eased. Flags have died off with no breeze. And that might mean no advantage in the final term. Rudd, front position, won the tap down, roving at the front of the pack. Gow might have just fired a handball towards the boundary line to Mullen. Mullen tried to get it back towards Nunatus. He kept it alive outside of the right boot, kicked it back towards a marking target in Edwards. It's going to roll towards the goal line, rolling, and across the face. Didn't see whose boot that came off. But either way, it's true for a minor score. And we tie things up at 8-2-50 apiece, playing 7-8-50. There's a real bobble of bodies.
Max McLaughlin, that was.
Thank you for that, Birchie, all over it down there. Thanks to AMB Australia Quality Shelving.
Morgarinos plays on from fullback for St Mary's. Goes towards half back. Rudd up against a couple. Northern tapped it forward. Falls in the arms of Northam, who goes through the middle of the pack. Right foot kick, missed it. Oh, is that a mark? Oh, Morrison got his hands to it just on the behind line, but couldn't keep it in. And it's another behind to St Joey's. So they go to 8-3-51. They take the lead. St Mary's 7-8-50. Bowen Timber K-Rock. Third quarter scoreboard.
Borgarinos with a long, high driving ball. Although it's a 4-on-1. Harry Smith came up, provided a spoil for St Joey's. Sprague took it at the front of the pack, got brought to ground in a really good tackle decision. Holding the ball, is it? And it is going to Paddy de Grande. No pushing the back. Gee, I don't think there's much more he could have done. And now there's another St Mary's player up a bit sore, and that's Sprague. After being brought to ground, it looks to be moving freely, but was a little bit lame getting up. Kick to the wing, Dobson, but on the juggle. Good mark taken, and surely that's a mark, is it? Well, it looked like a mark from our angle over the back by Ben Clark. And it wasn't paid. What did you see, Kirsch?
Oh, it was a mark. Can you sub umpires out? There's a sub rule.
Yeah, ball up. Rudd tries to take it out of the ruck contest.
Tactical.
He gets the handball out. Hillier gets a kick over his shoulder towards centre half forward McDonald. Punched away from behind. St Mary's on the ground. Okay, mate. Maishman. High tackle. Oh, fend off. Okay, St Joey's will take the free kick. Ben Clark, maybe that's the
square up.
Square up.
Having a shocker, Norm Douglas. Get yourself off the ground.
Oh, Kirsch.
Ben Clark. Just written.
Oh, no.
Kick into the left back pocket.
Written, spoken and authorised by.
Correct.
That Kershaw, now short, came to Luke Webb. He drills it to Betson. Was looking for the handball pass, but just holds it up at defensive 50.
Betson, former Grovedale Tiger of one time. Kick to the wing. Morrison in a one-on-one. Rita Connors couldn't mark, but opened the door for Nenatus on the outside of the right boot, where he's looking for de Grande. Spoil from behind, was over the shoulder, and it'll be a free kick to de Grande, who hasn't had a massive influence on this contest. Call to play on. Sends a long, high ball. De Grande, open goal. What a goal. You want a man for the moment. Just look for the number 23 at St Joseph's. Paddy de Grande with his second of the afternoon, 20th of the season. And he gives his team a little 7-point buffer in a tight contest. 9-3-57, 7-8-50, third quarter. Bowen Timber K-Rock scoreboard. Bowen Timber, your specialist in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region and in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe. Eat, drink, sport, Rowley Street, Geelong. Here's Matty Kershaw.
I'll tell you what I did like about all that is Josh Nenatus. He got himself into the right position then. I know it's his debut game, but he's been fantastic with some of the ball inside forward 50 today. But what he's been is clean. And he got that ball in quickly to Paddy de Grande, and then Paddy de Grande does what he wants. But yeah, hats off Josh Nenatus. Terrific play.
So back to the middle. Northam up against Peck. Northam gets it down. Big thump away too. Handball comes back to Garner. He gets a clearing kick to centre half forward. Ham punches it on. Humphrey will get back there for St Joseph's to start with and gets around, does he? Johnston gets into his back. The umpire says play on. Falls to the side. St Joey's go now towards centre wing with the kick. In front, no mark, Joel Edwards. Hennessy was good. Handballs it back. James Hickey under pressure. Handball back towards Mullen. He can't quite pick the footy up though, close to the boundary line, and out of bounce in the end on centre wing. Essendon 15 league Gold Coast one, which will make Birchie very happy around the grounds for Leopold. Sporties earlier today, Freo 141 belted Melbourne in Alice Springs by 49. That's not a short trip home from Alice Springs after you've been given a touch up like that. And they've got to prepare for Collingwood next Monday. That'll be coming in enthralling King's Birthday Monday clash. From the boundary throw in, we've got a free kick being paid. Which way? It's going to go to St Mary's. Kick towards half forward is well weighted and onto the chest of Garner. Marks it about 60 from home. Turns and swings and kicks and sends it to a one-on-one. McMahon and Betson. Betson got hands on it first. Webb was there, couldn't take it. McMahon somehow knocked it to McDonald. Ball spilled out the back. Leonard a little fumble, but time to get a handball on the bounce. Humphrey gets a little kick over the top. Works out okay for Harry Smith. It was a neat play from Angus Humphrey, and Harry Smith, who's had some time out in the wing for Wombat Gully Plant Farm today against Damien McMahon. Now getting the hurry up. He's going to concede back to Luke Webb, and Webb will look to open up
potentially the Minerva Road side of the ground, although wants the corridor and manages to find Betson, who turns and kicks towards Jane Birch, but McLaughlin will get there first, rather Leonard, I should say. Tucks it under the arm, away he goes. Short kick to his skipper, who has to take it on the bounce, turns and snaps a kick towards half forward. It's a high ball inside 50. Austin Humphrey attacked the footy, but standing is Edwards all alone to take the mark on the chest. He never took his eyes off the Sharon. Austin Humphrey, I thought, might have actually worried his teammate out of it, and Edwards just said, no, I'll just let this plonk on my chest.
Yeah, went through a few sets of hands there, but stood his ground, kept his eye on the ball, took a chest mark. Inside forward 50.
Edwards with one already this afternoon. This for a second and a 13-point buffer, which will be very handy in this low-scoring affair. Here at Drew Oval, KRockFootball.live bringing you GFNL Round 7 action. Big freeze day, St Joseph, St Mary's. Edwards for Joey's, sends it on its way. It was always near side and through for a minor score, and the margin is 8. So just putting some behinds on the board now. Joey's, after being 6-1, are now 9-4-58. They lead by 7. St Mary's 7-9-51. Third quarter action on the Bowen Timber scoreboard.
Travellini kicks it in, looks for Hillier. Over the back, though. Numbers with St Joey's. Hunter Lewis with the outside of the left foot towards half forward. Ball in dispute. St Mary's with the numbers. Ball comes to Ham. Oh, free kick. It was a late tackle on Bartolo. So Braden Ham stands up. And he gets off the football by Humphrey. So he's at half back, Braden Ham. Goes to the left foot. Just chips the ball short. And Bartolo takes it right on the boundary line. Back of centre wing. Goes long with a left foot towards half forward. Big pack there. Peck goes up in the middle. No mark taken off hands. Comes back towards Rudd, who tapped it in front of him. Then gets wrapped up, loses the football in the tackle. Handball comes back. And Betson sees it over the line. 50 out from the St Mary's goal. We're going to have a boundary throw in 9-3-57. St Joey's, St Mary's 7-9-51. We played 28 minutes. Bowen Foods time clock in this third term.
Can they find a late one here, St Mary's? Peck working Northam under the footy, then tried to find it at ground level. Knocked towards Leonard by the skipper, Al Hickey. A high kick to the wing, standing underneath it. Lewis, big spoil over the top. Came from Bartolo, in front of the pack. Sherman sending it inside forward 50, and he's found Dobson with a beautifully weighted kick, and Dobson was able to take the mark. Ollie Northam providing some advice for his defenders, and Sam Dobson, who kicked 3 in the second quarter to get St Mary's going. An opportunity here to pull the margin by my count to 2 points. The scoreboard here, I'm not sure. I've got maybe 9-4, maybe it's 7 points.
Yeah, 9-4.
9-4 plays. Yeah, so 7 points the margin.
Yep. Correct.
9, so we're just a point short. So this would make the margin 1 point. They'll tidy up the scoreboard at three-quarter time, no doubt, the goal umpires. And Dobson looking for his 4th of the afternoon. Man on the mark, 35 from goal. Sends it on its way and he's kicked it. 4 for Sam Dobson, single-handedly keeping St Mary's alive. And they pulled it within a point. 8-9-57. St Joey's 9-4-58. Third quarter action, thanks to Bowen Timber, your specialist in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region.
Bit of experience there from Joe Maishman in that kick in. He knew he had Dobson one-on-one, and all he could do is kick it a little bit to the advantage of Dobson. He doesn't really need it to the advantage, does he, Dobson? So he had Knights one-on-one, and he's sort of got that supremacy in the air on Knights there, and take a nice mark and an easy goal.
Back in the middle, Northam got it down by himself, went up, but the ball on the cricket pitch area. Fresh air shot from Humphrey. Benson, kick off the ground towards centre half forward for St Mary's. Garner tried to pick it up. There was a bit of party trick from Ben Clark. It was on his head.
That ball spun on his head.
Spun on his head. Bit of Harlem Globetrotter style.
Absolutely.
From Ben Clark. And he's going to get the free kick. And comes lateral to Webb. Does Luke Webb shower? Nobody goes anywhere near him. He just chips the ball. Hickey back to Webb. He loves this sort of stuff.
We've had 40 today.
He loves this sort of stuff. Takes a mark, takes a bounce, runs to the outer side, gives it to Leonard, who just hung on to the mark. He's at half back. He back towards Betson. You watch Webby run
get this
past,
again,
get
Webb. Watch.
No, Betson comes.
He still will.
Oh, wow, that's a tough kick. Knights under pressure, gets through the middle, does well. Then he loses it. Under pressure, St Mary's come the other way. Oh, McMahon rode the bump nicely. It's a little bit high, but high-ish, but the umpire says held in, and we're going to have a ball up just forward of centre wing for St Mary's.
Puts it in the air. Umpire puts it in the air as we approach three-quarter time. Northern grabbed it out of the ruck. That's holding the ball, surely. Couldn't get the handball away, and it might be 50, and it is too. As it was kicked away, might have been by Gow. And Harry Benson is going to have the opportunity, basically on the three-quarter time siren, to give his team the advantage going into the final change. He's kicked 2 behinds this afternoon, the two-time Matheson medalist. Man on the mark. Stands about 30 from goal, right of centre. Just stretching out the calves. Peck's just going to put himself in a dangerous position here in the pocket. Zach Knights is awake to that. And Benson, thanks to a 50-metre penalty that I don't think was 50, might have been 40 tops. From 40, Benson, a floater off the boot, and he's put it onto the chest of Luke Webb. That's a mishit. That's a shank, and that's a reload, and I'll declare that one out of bounds. And the mark taken by Angus Humphrey, and that's three-quarter time, and a chance missed there by Harry Benson.
James Gow telling him all about it as well.
Did too. 8-9-57, 9-4-58. That third quarter on the Bowen Foods time clock going 32 minutes. Bowen Timber Scoreboard, your specialists in the supply and installation of timber and engineered flooring in the Geelong region. We'll take a break from here at Drew Oval. We're set up for a cracking final term. It looks like it's going to deliver this clash between 1 and 2, both unbeaten. Going into round 7, 1. Well, maybe they'll both be unbeaten at the end. If Laurie Hill gets his way, we will have a draw. But right now, it is a 1-point lead for St Joseph's. We'll take a break. Back shortly. Thanks to APCO and the new Palmy Jaffle, available now at APCO Cafe 24/7. Live, breathe, Carrick football. for a crucial clash. Newtown and Chilwell and South Barwon, with Newtown getting over the top of Geelong West yesterday and South having a victory. And of course,
8-point game.
For Newtown, that will be their last game before they actually get the week off. And they'll have their little bye after bringing their North Shore clash forward. Hard to believe that that's now 8 weeks ago.
Goes so quick, doesn't it?
Season is rolling by. Birchie, down to you. I'm not sure whether you've been able to get hold of Luke Rayner for a quick couple of words as we go boundary side for A&B Australia Quality Shelving. Birchie.
Yeah, I've got Luke here with me. It's certainly going to be a test this last quarter. There's some sore legs out there and bodies, so as you really emphasise, it's going to be a team effort to get across the line.
Yeah, absolutely. I think both sides have been brave so far. There hasn't been a lot in the game other than the first sort of 10 minutes. So, yeah, it's going to be a grind. The conditions are sort of certainly influencing that a little bit as well, so we've just got to be up for the challenge.
And obviously it's very contested out there. The conditions are making it that way, but you're looking really dangerous going forward. Sam Dobson's obviously leading the way and pretty much carrying the team on his back with 4 goals so far.
Yeah, hopefully the boys can get the footy around the contest and around the midfield and win that battle and just get it into our front half game. So we know that we've got the firepower up there, so we've just got to get it into them, hope they can finish it.
These are the sort of look forward to, really seeing what your team are made of and the tests.
Yeah, absolutely. Close game is what it's all about, and whoever wins today makes a little bit of a victory, which is great. So I'm sure our boys are up for it, so let's go.
Thanks so much for your time. Good luck.
Luke Rayner there with Birchie down boundary side, thanks to A&B Australia Quality Shelving for all the work that Birchie does down boundary side. Love the access to the coaches, their thoughts, especially when you've got a cracking clash like this. 2 points the margin. Joey's 9-4-58, playing 8-8-56. We'll have a massive 5th quarter thanks to the Sandman Mattress Factory. Both Luke Rayner and Ron Watt to join us, as well as the Leopold Sporties Player of the Day. We all tip St Mary's, but right now St Joey's hold a 2-point advantage, and I suspect this one is going down to the wire. We thought, though, yesterday was going down to the wire between Bell Park and Leopold, and Bell Park absolutely blew the game open to improve to 6-1. James Saker spoke really well after the game, listening back to that interview in the 5th quarter. He's a pretty astute football person, James Saker.
He was very well probed.
He just doesn't get ahead of himself.
Very well probed.
He doesn't
probed him well, Kirsch.
He just doesn't. I don't know. He just knows where they're at. He knows where they want to be.
58 plays 56, just waiting for the last remnants of the crowd. A big crowd here this afternoon, of course, as part of the Big Freeze game. It's been a massive success, $150,000 raised for Fight MND as part of Big Freeze Geelong. Umpire Douglas holds it aloft. Peck and Northern to go at it in this final turn for Harvey Norman Electrical. Here's Jace.
Yes, Northern gets it down. Tanner Owen breaks away in the middle, gives it away to Henderson. Birchie goes, he was a little bit of candy, gets around, left foot kick long towards Edwards, who goes up, can't take the mark, but to Grandy. 3rd in line, comes out, might be able to pick it up. Edwards tried to give him half a shepherd, back to Edwards. Oh, handball nearly hit Gow in the head. Coming back, Mullins there as well. Free kick found. Push in the back. Going to come back to James Gow. 50 out from goal. So St Joey's want a fast start.
You reckon if he kicked this, he'd let Harry Benson?
Yeah, I reckon too.
Well, he's nearly in the same spot, isn't he, as Harry? He's probably 10 metres further out. He has gone back on a nice little Josh Hazelwood run up.
Well, he wouldn't want to do the same kick as Harry Benson, because Harry Benson will let him know.
So Gow comes in. 50 out, right foot kick, distance okay, accuracy not. 3 for 1 behind. Jeez, he gave it a good leg, James Gow. So behind to him. They go to 9-5-59 now, St Joey's. St Mary's 8-8-56. Harvey Norman Electrical K-Rock final quarter scoreboard.
Travellini to bring the ball back into play. Can't miss him in those boots. You'll be able to see those even when it gets dark. With a flash of sort of peach colour they are.
The apricot.
Right back pocket. Yeah, more apricot. Good call. Long, high ball. Northam over the top. Spoiled Rudd. Front of the pack. Jammed on the boot by Al Hickey towards forward 50. Edwards head over it. Travellini tried to worry him out of it. Edwards did okay. Locked the ball into the area. Jansen taking in a really good Edwards tackle. That's good forward pressure from Joel Edwards to take Jansen over the line. We'll get a boundary throw in the left forward pocket. In fact, it was Jack Bloody took over the line, and we'll get it hauled back into play. Lights somewhat taking effect here at Drew Oval.
Yeah, well, it's hard on training nights here, let alone trying to get a game of football underway.
Northam takes it out of the ruck contest, wrapped up by Benson. That's a good tackle.
That's holding the ball all day.
And held to him.
Well, you try to take on the tackle, it's holding the ball. You can grab it out of the ruck, but if...
You can't take on the tackle.
Oh, that's it. So
Same
all
rule
up though.
applies.
Northam gets it down. From the side of the pack, Rudd's handball over the top. Bartolo, his handball chopped off, comes back towards Rudd again, gets through some traffic, tried to handball it over the top. Northam comes through the middle. Now Webb with the outside of the right foot towards half forward. Morrison stands there, can't take the mark, needs some help, but now across 50. He gets some, was that a tap blood tackle? And it was high. And the free kick is going to be Josh Donatus, who is getting a second game next week. Don't worry about that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He's been great today. He goes short with the kick. It's okay. Humphrey over the top towards McLaughlin. Can't pick it up on the half volley. It was a good dive, but it's off his hands and out of bounds. A bit closer to the St Joey's goal this time, about 35 around in the left forward pocket.
Just enjoying a bit of time in forward half, aren't they? It's 100% at the moment, but they've had 3 repeat inside forward 50s, which is the important part.
Kerr's high stats, 100% locally owned and operated in Geelong, North Geelong, Ocean Grove and Grovedale. Ball back into play. Peck and Morrison. Surely it's a free kick to Peck being held. Umpire said play on. Blood in traffic, a handball release. Travellini tried to get a handball off, but Owen got in the way. He gave it up. Quick kick by Gow. Down low to Grandy, claiming the mark.
It hit the ground, Jason.
But it's a Hamlin hanger because it's been paid. I'm going to take it as a Hamlin hanger for this afternoon by De Grandy sliding in, but it looked like that bounced.
Can I just say there was an umpire 5 metres in front of him and an umpire 5 metres to the right of him, and then there's us 50 metres away in a van who heard it bounce and saw it bounce.
Heard it bounce.
De Grandy looking for his third, directly in front, that unique kicking style. Nobody else kicks like this for a 9-point St Joseph's lead. De Grandy has threaded it. It might not look pretty, but my lord, it's effective. 3 goals for Paddy De Grandy, the reigning K-Rock MVP, to go with the 7 he kicked in the match-winning performance against Leopold a fortnight ago. 9-5-59 becomes 10-5-65 on the K-Rock final quarter. Harvey Norman Electrical scoreboard. St Mary's are 8-8-56. Harvey Norman Electrical has the best prices in Bluetooth speakers.
I was a bit reluctant to put that little stroke down for mark inside forward 50, but I have, because that's what the umpire said it was. But
like Gary Ablett's mark over Gary Pert.
True, good point you make. But 4 inside forward 50s, 3 clearances, 1 mark inside forward 50 is what the stats are this quarter to St Mary's zip.
Northam gets it down in the middle, coming off the wing. Harry Smith, handball. Only as far as Johnston. His handball back to Rudd. His handball back to Johnston. And so he gets around on the left on centre wing. Goes to half forward with the kick. Good kick too. Garner plays on quickly. Left half forward. Into the pocket. Goes to goal. Oh, good kick. Hillier had enough on it to just get over the St Joey's defence, who were coming back but couldn't get back there quick enough. Betson and Webb. And Luke Hillier has taken the mark in the goal square and has kicked the goal. So his second, and a quick reply for St Mary's. They go to 9-8-62. Cut the margin again. St Joey's 10-5-65. Harvey Norman K-Rock Electrical. 4th quarter scoreboard. Harvey Norman Electrical has the best prices in Bluetooth speakers.
Well, it just shows how important that stoppage work is, and that's why we do the clearance stats, because they were really dominant at that stoppage. Got the clearance, got it to the outside, and they moved the ball so quick inside forward 50 that when you do, you get a one-on-one opportunity, or at least on that occasion you get some separation from your defender and you get the opportunity to mark inside forward 50. So we said the battle would be in the middle or around the stoppages, and it is.
Tap down Northam, roving James Hickey, slung as he got the kick away, and it's a sling tackle, and it'll come back to James Hickey. Hickey will kick quickly to half forward. Harry Smith's got forward of Damien McMahon, then he turns and sends it inside 50, and Owen will mark in front of Braden Ham. Now Owen just sets it up to centre half forward. I reckon it was a skew whiff kick. Nobody really went at it. In the end, James Hickey's ended up with it. Jammed it on the boot. Rolling ball to the right forward pocket will roll out of bounds. And we'll get a boundary throw in as Hunter Lewis was ready to pounce. Got Nick Connors for company for the moment for Wombat Gully Plant Farm. We'll get a boundary throw in. Morrison and Peck to do it. Joey's by 3 in a cracking top of the table clash. 2 teams unbeaten. Will they both be unbeaten after this, or will we find ourselves with them? Level pegging is grabbed out of the ruck by Morrison.
Morrison kick around the corner, only as far as McDonald, clearing kick out towards half back. No mark taken by Knights. Now Ham on the bottom of the pack. In fact, it was Biggs on the bottom of the pack. The umpire will come in and ball it up. Harry Benson, bit of cramp there.
It's been quiet, Ham.
He has. And Ball up now. Peck goes up, just didn't even really go on the ruck contest. There is Ham.
On cue.
On cue towards centre wing. Webb. Punched on by Harry McMahon. Got some distance. Leonard gets back there. Punched again. Back towards centre wing. Rudd comes across. And pack develops. It's going to be a ball up. Rudd, Garner there for St Mary's. And for St Joey's, El Hickey gets up off the ground. Centre wing, 10-5-65 St Joey's, St Mary's 9-8-62, 7.5 played final term.
Northern just taps it into space. James Hickey jams it on the boot. It'll bounce just inside the field of play, and it just bounces away nicely into the arms of Maishman. Shares it with Travellini next to the boundary line. Travellini, broadcast wing, sends it towards half forward. Orgarinos worked his man off the footy, tried to get away, dragged down as he got the kick by Knight, so that impacted the kick. A one-on-one in the goal square. That's a good strong mark. Betson, that's a Hamlin hanger. Great grab. Hillier tried to work him under the footy. Betson stood tall and took the Hamlin hanger. Hamlin Holmes, new Bannockburn display home now open.
So the ball goes out wide. Northam takes it and goes. Plays on and gets the kick over the top. Fantastic. Hunter Lewis didn't have to break stride. He goes with a left foot kick. I don't think Paddy Grant is going to get that before it goes out of bounds. And in fact, it's out of bounds on the full. So the skinny confines of the forward 50.
Wrong call by the goal umpire.
It was the wrong call?
Yeah, it's definitely a throw-in.
Okay.
It wasn't.
Right.
He signalled wrong.
Okay, so it is a boundary throw-in. Well, we're just checking here. The boundary umpire cannot make a decision. He was on the wing.
Yeah, it bounced about 5 metres in front of the line.
Okay, there you go. So
you're right, though. He was a long way away.
Long way away, because the ball moved very quickly into the St Joey's forward line. So we're going to have a boundary throw-in. And it's going to be Christensen for St Mary's up against Oscar Morrison for St Joey's. Thrown in now. Christensen gets it down. Side of the pack. Lewis. Connors in his back pocket. Handball. Ham didn't get anywhere. Come back towards Ham. He gets through now. He wants a clearing kick. Goes okay. And Harry McMahon takes the mark at right half back.
So often that lands on in the hands of an opponent and it's coming back over your head, but that was McMahon in front first to move, and then he goes looking for a marking target and finds one in Rudd. The former Falcon skipper has got it back of the wing. Minerva Road side of the ground. He'll send it towards the right forward pocket. Not a great kick. He got straight to Al Hickey, who positioned himself nicely. The Joey skipper holds the fort for the moment. 3 points the margin. It's getting dark here. His kick is well weighted. Nernadis, who's been good on debut for St Joseph's.
You're not playing night footy here anytime soon.
Might need a yellow pill or a bell in it.
Kick to the wing. Harry Smith bobbles off his chest. Time to recover, but Rudd picked him up, freed the arms, got a handball on the bounce. Zach Knight's provided some assistance. He's handball along the line, trying to free McLaughlin up. Overrun, but Travellini was there to pick it up for St Mary's, and he got it back to the man who overran it in Christensen with a high kick that will flirt with the boundary line. And here's Al Hickey again, who's brought his own Sharon this afternoon.
So Hickey now just holds the ball up. Was going to look inside. He's got Betson short, but he's got James Hickey running for him. He elects, though, to go down the line towards centre wing. Big pack there, Northam. Stayed on the ground to Grandy, or the don't argue. He got rid of the football. I think that's holding the ball. Oh, well.
Yeah, it's a good decision.
Yeah, he was...
Yeah, he wasn't sure, though. He looked at the other umpire.
I think he was looking to make sure that the other umpire positioning so he could give the free kick, which he's done so. It
was a free kick.
So Sprague's going to take the free kick for St Mary's at right half back.
Plenty of big freeze beanies around the ground. They sold plenty last night too outside GMHBA Stadium. Long high ball to the wing on the juggle. Christensen on the way down. Took a really good mark. Quickly gives a handball up to Garner. Garner descended inside forward 50. Long high ball. Harry McMahon. Oh, Webb, what a mark. Going back with the flight. Worked Harry McMahon under the footy. Then went back and found the Sharon himself. Took a wonderful mark. Crossed the face of goal to Henderson. Henderson wants to go towards Leonard. Too much on the kick. Put it out on the full. Turned it over at left half forward and open the door for the Saints.
So the free kick going to come back to Noah Biggs, who goes long, puts it towards the square. Hillier over the back. Oh, no mark. Ham falls off hands, and rugby scrum style. Is it through? I don't think so. It's going to be a ball up.
Jeez.
In between the behind post and the goal post at the northern end of the ground.
He got to the right spot, Hillier. He just couldn't clunk the mark.
Yep. So he thinks the Joeys might try and push this through. For a behind, comes back, kick, oh, dangerous kick back, and came towards Humphrey in the end. St Mary's with the numbers. Can they pick the footy up, though? That's the thing. Bartolo was there. Tackle, ball spills free. Nernadis. Dangerous kick back to the middle of the ground. Connors juggles a mark, takes it for St Mary's.
Call to play on, sends a kick towards right half forward, leading up and marking is Hillier, who's kicked a couple of unlikely goals and then chips a kick over the top. Benson's got it, right forward pocket. He'll drive a long ball towards the goal square, looking for a marking target. Doesn't find one because Henderson's judged it best. Taken the mark, gone quickly with a kick into the left back pocket. And Al Hickey's got it. Hickey's been outstanding in this final term. That's gone 12 and a half minutes. Joey's 10-5, St Mary's 9-8 in a thrilling top of the table clash here on KRockFootball.live. The short kick of Hickey is okay to Knights. Knights needs to find a target on the way out, down low. Angus Humphrey couldn't complete the mark, and it's actually out of bounds on the full. And once again, gee, they're shooting themselves in the foot here, St Joey's.
Just giving it back.
So Orgarinos has the ball in front of the scoreboard, which we might have to use the lights off shortly. Goes towards the top of the square, punched away by Northam. Falls back into his arms too, the big fella. He handballs over the top to Mullen. They're out now. He gives the handball out to Leonard on centre wing. Goes to centre half forward. Oh, Connors, big defensive thump away.
Free kick.
Oh, free kick.
Yeah, too high over the shoulder on Edwards.
Oh, okay. Well, Edwards is going to take it at half forward. Still 80 from goal. He's got De Grande, goes short to Leonard. So close to the boundary line. Still 60 from goal. And he's got De Grande on a lead. He goes in that direction. De Grande pushed past it by Sprague. Humphrey. Connors over the top of it as well. And there's going to be a ball up about 30 out from the St Joey's goal. They lead 10-5, 65. St Mary's 9-8, 62. 14 played. Final term. Bowen Foods time clock.
Morrison front position in the ruck contest. Won the tap down. Through the pack. James Hickey threw it on the boot. He was bursting through, but he just couldn't get the bend he wanted and has kicked a minor score, and the margin is 4. 10-6, 66 St Joseph's. 9-8, 62 St Mary's. 14 minutes played on the Bowen Foods time clock. Bowen Foods sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road in North Geelong. Trevelini will bring the ball back into play for St Mary's, who trail by 4.
The apricot one goes in towards forward field. That should have been a push in the back for St Mary's. No, umpire says no. Hickey gives the handball on the up, still across defence, still across 50. Hickey with a quick kick. Lewis in front, got a hand to it. Sprague at the back. Oh, high kick defensively, goes out towards defensive 50. Peck punched away. Ball spills free, goes back towards centre wing. Natus goes in, leaves the ball though, and coming the other way, Harry McMahon, who feels that and gets up. The umpire will come in and ball it up. Centre wing on the outer side.
Yeah, Harry McMahon just catching the big ones right now. After, I think it was Natus.
He was solid.
He was. Gave him a good buffeting. Here's Natus again. It's out of bounds, and it is off hands and out of bounds for a boundary throw. The spoil of Edwards going back with the flight too was good. Absolutely. I know it knocked it back 15 metres, but didn't give away the free kick. Got all ball in the contest to ensure there wasn't an easy mark on the way out for St Mary's. Slightly forward of the wing. Minerva Road side favouring St Joseph's. They lead by 4. Tap down Oscar Morrison, foot of the pack. Natus was clean, and then a handball release into space. A rolling ball that's tracked towards the boundary line by James Hickey. Happy to see it out. And there's a bit of push and shove. And they didn't like what Damien McMahon did there. Harry Smith wants to get involved. Mullen wants to get involved. And they're coming from everywhere as the free kick was paid. Kick inside 50, and Edwards would mark on the chest. So obviously something Damien McMahon did as the dust-up continues on the boundary line wasn't liked by St Joey's and not by the umpire as well. Edwards goes short, and Gow has taken the mark. It's a bit combustible out there at the moment.
Jared Garner and Jack Mullen. Oh, it's funny.
Couple of likely types. Gow just being set on his mark. 66 plays 62. Darkness descends here at St Joseph's. 16 minutes play. Gow, high, long, won't have the carry. They'll compete in the goal square. It's off the hand to the pack. Harry McMahon tried to knock it through from behind. Didn't get any purchase on the knock. Barging his way through. Humphrey got a kick that dribbled 3 metres. Little soccer came from De Grande. A rush behind. Minor score. Margin is 5. Is it set up for St Mary's to steal it by a point? 10-7, 67. St Mary's 9-8, 62. 16 and a half minutes played. Final quarter action thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical. Harvey Norman Electrical has the best prices in Bluetooth speakers.
Travellini kicks it in. Oh, wow, we should have been a free kick to Jack Blood. He got absolutely accosted, and there's the butter up.
Do you know Luke Webb flew for that mark in the square?
Of course he did. So free kick. In fact, McDonald's going to take the free kick. So he goes short. We'll get the tape measure out, just 15. Travellini on the boundary line, brings it back in board. Hillier, he got one high, said the umpire, I think. So he's going to take the free kick. Forward of centre wing, play.
Oh, no. 50-metre penalty.
So, and they're going over. There's a bit of a remonstration again.
Jack Blood started that.
Yeah, so he is telling, I think, Humphrey about it, while the ball is in Luke Hillier's hands, and he's come down to be about 20 metres out on a very slight angle for his third of the afternoon, and that is a goal. So they take the lead, 10-8-68 St Mary's. They lead St Joey's 10-7-67. Harvey Norman K-Rock Electrical scoreboard. We played 18 minutes in this final term.
Well, it's fair to say, Jace, that next goal would win this, considering what we've had this quarter. But I'll tell you what, I think we might see a couple more spot fires before this game's out in the next 13 minutes, that's for sure.
Doesn't matter what the result is. We can't wait till these two meet again.
Oh.
Well, Potter will be hoping for a draw.
How long do we have to wait for? Kingy?
I don't think they play.
They don't meet again,
I don't
do
think
they?
they meet again, no. Back in the middle, Christensen climbed high, won the tap, flying through. Benson couldn't take it cleanly, and then he comes again. He's taken in a tackle and slung, and it'll be a free kick. I think he might have been taken high by Harry Smith. So the game in the control of St Mary's as they lead by a point, 18.5 minutes gone on the final quarter. Barwon Foods time clock for two-time Matheson medalist. Back of the wing, out of side, driving ball towards half forward, flying Dobson, couldn't complete the mark. Front of the pack, Northern, the unlikely rover, just barrels it forward, looking for distance. Tough mark taken by Morrison.
So he's on centre wing, wants to move it quickly, open, forward 50. Humphrey gets back, he's got 2 on 1. He's the one. He needs to go up. Oh, he took the mark too. He needs some support. It comes in the form of Jack Mullen, who's 35 out, wants to get around. He handballs it back. Harry Smith gets around a couple. Left foot kick high towards the square. It's going to be Hennessy. Morrison tapped off hands and through, and in fact out of bounce in the left forward pocket. It came off the hand there of Chris Jansen, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
People were having a crack at me at the top of the slide when I got asked who won today, and I said it'll be a draw.
Yeah, well,
I wasn't saying in the front of 1,000 people down there.
It was probably a better result, a boundary throw in here for St Joseph's.
absolutely.
There's a free kick here to Mullen.
Against Jesse Travellini, I reckon. Ollie Hennessy should just get out of there because the free kick's in the hands of Mullen. Did you see what happened there, Kirsch?
It was just a push. They were pushing and shoving, and he just gave him a good shove off the ball as the ball was about to come in.
The Sporting Globe Geelong in the experts chair, Matty Kershaw, and maybe... Well, we thought a 50-metre penalty for Luke Hillier might have decided the game with the goal he kicked, but maybe it's a free kick to Jack Mullen as we tick into time on. Barwon Foods time clock's just gone 20 minutes.
Watch him celebrate here, Kingy, if he kicks this.
Fading light. Jack Mullen, man on the mark, 40 from goal, shoots and has pushed it across the face. And we are all tied up. 10-8-68 apiece. Final quarter, Harvey Norman Electrical scoreboard. St Joseph's and St Mary's for the moment can't be split. 20.5 minutes almost played on the Barwon Foods time clock.
So Jesse Travellini.
Breathing a sigh of relief.
Yeah, absolutely. He plays on from fullback. Goes to the outer side. Long kick towards half back. Oh, going up. No mark taken by Ham. Leonard gives it away to St Joey's. Handball over the top. Blood taps it into forward into Maishman's hands. Takes a bounce. Gets around. Wants to back his speed. Oh, dangerous. He gets back to Rudd on the right side for the left foot. He goes high towards half forward. Going to be a good mark from there. Oh, Dobson got one high. Ham plays on. Shows his class. Left foot kick. 45 and closing. Goal! Braden Ham hasn't touched it that much, but touched it in the right time and gives St Mary's the lead. 11-8-74. They lead St Joey's 10-8-68. Harvey Norman Electrical K-Rock's final quarter scoreboard.
Well, there was the goal. We said next goal wins, but I still think there's a little bit to go in this game yet. But just little mistakes, just a bit of pressure creeping into St Joseph's. They went the handball instead. They probably should have kicked it for a repeat forward inside, or repeat entry inside forward 50, and would have got themselves out of trouble and just transferred a little bit of pressure. Instead, the handball put them under pressure. The tackle, they turned it over. Joey Maishman with a bit of leg speed got it out of the area and down their forward half.
Birchie, we'll get to you in a moment for St John of God just in regards to Zach Sherman. We haven't seen a lot of him in this final term, whether he's done or not. McLaughlin received it from James Hickey. Joey's go forward. Edwards back with the flight. Hamlin hanger contender back into the pack. Takes a wonderful mark and he's got a chance to go back and tie up the score.
That's a great mark.
That's a great mark under pressure.
Absolutely.
You will not see better with the flight of the footy going back than what you saw there from Joel Edwards.
Big kick.
And a massive kick at the 22-minute mark.
Point would be handy. Then they can kick a goal and win it.
49 metres out.
A goal would be handy.
The man on the mark stands, so he'll have to kick from just outside 50. Edwards got a good piece of it. Driving kick will miss to the left and is helped through for a rush behind, and the margin is 5. St Mary's lead this one, 11-8-74. St Joseph's 10-9-69, 22.5 minutes played.
Kick in to Travellini in the back pocket. Plays on. Down the line with the kick. Nanatus. Oh, got a hand. Sprague's there. Garner close to the boundary line. Tries to get it back to Sprague. And Nanatus handball back in board was okay. Henderson gets the kick around the corner.
On the roof.
Mark this. Here it comes. Oh, it missed us.
Just over our heads.
Just over their heads.
Birchie, down to you just on Zach Sherman very quickly for St John of God.
Yeah, Zach Sherman doesn't look like he'll take any further part in the game. He's got the tracksuit top on the bench, so he's out.
Travellini plays on from the free kick at defensive 50, goes long. Leonard goes, oh, should have taken the mark and didn't. Now Garner gets ripped off the football, close to the boundary line. Birchie's going to be able to quickly handball it. Oh, no, she's not.
Just those little things, isn't it? Leonard should have marked that ball. The ball goes back inside forward 50, gives you an opportunity. Just a couple of little mistakes creeping in to the game.
St Mary's making the most of their opportunities in this final term to lead by 5. Boundary throw in. Christensen from behind won the tap down. Northern will do the roving at the front of the pack. Can he free the arms? He can. Henderson gave a handball off. A high kick towards half forward. Back with the flight. Hannessy marked the kick that came from Gow. Quickly inside 50. Edwards again couldn't mark. Good spoil at the front. Jansen, who then found the loose footy, turned and kicked quickly. Called out of it. Nanatus by Northam, who marks and will look to send it back inside forward. 50 for Joey's. 24 minutes almost played.
So smart, just settle.
Goes now with the kick, long, Morrison, Webb up there, Webby goes up, Morrison at the front, didn't get it, Bartolo got the clearing kick for St Mary's, wide open spaces on centre wing on the outer side, Al Hickey,
huge contest.
Al Hickey did well and kicks as well to Morrison, 50 from goal, who wants to get it quickly, Lewis is calling for it, he's got Webb there, he's got De Grande, he's got Henderson as well, the ball goes up, Henderson goes up, oh, could have nearly taken the mark, now clearing kick from Rudd, goes back to whence it came, might be okay, Bartolo takes the mark and or hold.
He dropped the mark.
He did, and he's got a free kick. If he can get up, he's got a bit of cramp. And he's still inside defensive 50. It is 5 points of difference, 10-9-69 St Joey's. St Mary's 11-8-74, and we've played 25 minutes final term.
Fading light here at Drew Oval. Long kick, not a great kick, marked on the chest there by Angus Humphrey, who'll look to send Joey's back inside forward 50. Long kick again. You think the draw's out of the equation now. Into the pocket he goes. Good spoil. Peck knocked it away from De Grande. Not paid. Travellini, the loose footy for St Mary's, pumps it back to the wing. Christensen flew, couldn't mark. Betson cleans up at the back. Handball release. Al Hickey will show composure. Does so. A little dinky kick over the top. Nanatus
now 65, 70 from goal. Needs to get it in there. And St Mary's got a couple extra back. He goes towards Hannessy. Peck taps it away. McLaughlin, Henderson to run at it. Tries to get through. Handball was chopped off. Rudd clearing kick back towards the middle. Hillier comes up, punched away. Falls back towards defensive 50 for St Mary's. Oh no, Maishman left it behind. Now the ball spills free. McLaughlin through the middle. Connors over the top of it. He's hatched it. The umpire says out in. 50 from goal. St Joey's into attack. 26 played final term. 5 points of difference.
Crowd up and about. Can't be much play left in this one. Umpire in the air. Tap down Northam. Rovingham just jammed it on the boot to a one-on-one. Hillier front position will take it cleanly. Fires a handball to Benson. Benson just bangs it on the boot to half forward. Rolling ball. Front position Knights. Palmed it down to Angus Humphrey. Just positioned himself nicely. Then a kick back. Nanatus is going to have to do sit under the footy. Couldn't mark. Ham knocked it away. Then he had it knocked from his grasp. Desperation from Betson. Calls for holding the ball. Don't come. Mullen dragged down in the kick. Ben Clark taken over the top in a tackle. Umpire says give it to me. Left half forward for St Mary's. They lead by 5, the Saints. 26.5 minutes played.
So ball up left half forward. Betson goes up, gets it down. through the middle. James Gow made sure the umpire saw the push. And James Gow's going to take the free kick at half-back. He has to move it pretty quickly. And what's he got? He's got Joel Edwards long. He's got McLaughlin. He's just going to pump it as long as he can. He goes in that direction. Humphrey does well, takes the mark. That's Austin. He's on centre wing.
Well, they're just going to go. They're just going to roll the dice here.
Yep. Hennessy gives him a lead. He goes further. Morrison comes up, punched away over the head of a couple. Kick off the ground, coming back towards Rudd. Left foot kick back towards centre wing. It's just kick to kick at the moment. And the mark has been taken again by Humphrey, still on centre wing.
He goes laterally. He's trying to open up the other side. Knights needs to hit a target here with this possession. Goes wide. Harry Smith, what's he got? He's got Morrison all alone at half forward. He wants to get it moving, but he won't have the distance with the kick. So he checks the kick. De Grande lands at his feet. Rolling ball, trying to barge his way through Webb. Couldn't take it. Hickey, James, a handball. Benson had his kick partially smothered. Spills. Harry Smith kicks under pressure. Morrison, it's downfield free kick. Morrison will turn. Kick quickly.
Humphrey's got
all alone. Will mark.
It's on his eye.
Humphrey all alone has marked.
50 the crowd's calling for.
Rudd lucky not to give away the 50, and Austin Humphrey playing just his second game of the year.
Can be a hero,
To
Kingy.
play the hero on a Sunday afternoon.
Well, siren would just about be go, wouldn't it, too?
The coldest of events, the big freeze, and the hottest of contests.
If there's any theatre, the siren will go.
Yeah.
A deep breath from Austin Humphrey. Man on the mark, 30 from goal. He's just right of centre. Big crowd here on a Sunday afternoon. St Joseph's to stay unbeaten. Humphrey on the runway, kicks from 35, sends it on its way.
He's kicked a goal, Kingy!
Austin Humphrey's put Joey's in front. Goal of the day contender. He's second of the afternoon. And Joey's lead by a point. Final quarter, Harvey Norman Electrical scoreboard. St Mary's 11-8-74. St Joseph's now 11-9-75. We've played 29 minutes on the final quarter. Bowen Foods time clock. Kirsch, clutch from Austin Humphrey.
The kick of his life, Kingy. He will not kick it any straighter than that ever again in his lifetime. Or in the past, has he? Under so much pressure. This game has got it all. But even when the ball was up on centre wing, there was so much pressure to get that ball inside their forward 50.
Northam gets it from the middle again, does his own roving and ruck work. He goes towards Lewis. Chip Connors gets it over the top. His handball, oh, great play. Came up there by Edwards. He goes now. Mullen tries to trap it. Bartolo does. Handball back to the middle. Blood. His kick was skew whiff. Goes to Harry Smith on centre wing. He threw the handball out. Ham tapped it on. Goes to Garner. Gets a kick towards Hillier. He's got three against
Siren!
Siren! St Joey's! They win by a point in a classic. 11-9-75. They defeat St Mary's 11-8-74.
One of the best you'll see in the GFNL. It delivered. The unbeaten teams going toe-to-toe, the arch rivals. And Joey's, thanks to Austin Humphrey, we would say less than 30 seconds left on the clock, has kicked the goal of his life. And Joey's have gone to 7-0. St Mary's dropped their first of the season by a point. 11-9-75 Joey's, 11-8-74 St Mary's. An absolute thriller at Drew Oval. You cannot ask for better in local footy. The goal umpires will come together and confer, but you would hope that that scoreboard is not wrong. It was wrong at three-quarter time. It was adjusted, but I suspect that we'll find that this is right and that St Joey's, thanks to Austin Humphrey, have won by 1 point. An absolute cracker between St Joey's and St Mary's here on a Sunday afternoon as the sun sets in the west. We head down to ground level. Jane Birch is among the revelry. I suspect Austin Humphrey will be well and truly in her sights for a quick couple of words. Just his second game of the season. He's one of two inclusions as Antonakin O'Dwyer went out of the side today. He came in and he has played the hero on a Sunday afternoon. Birchie, will get down to you. Or down boundary side for A&B Australia. Quality shelving. Birchie, who have you got with you?
I've got the goal kicker here with me, Austin Humphries. What was going through your mind when you came in? 40 metres out, not much of an angle, but with the game on the line and needing to put it through.
I was absolutely bricking myself, to be honest. Kicked about 30 points this year, so I wasn't really backing myself in, but the boys calmed me down before I kicked it, so that always helps. And yeah, I was just lucky enough to get it through, I suppose.
And how good's that win? I mean, both top of the table, and now St Joey sit on top, 7 and zip to start the season.
Yeah, well, you can't really ask for much better than that, can you? 7 and zip, and I mean, we've always had a great rivalry against Mary, so it's good to get a win over them, especially early. Get the good confidence into the boys, and yeah, hopefully keep this roller coaster, and yeah, keep going well.
You'll hold your spot, I think, after that kick. So enjoy the win and look forward to next game.
Thank you very much.
I was